Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
Football finals move back one day, and soccer finals are now at one location. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The MHSAA football finals will be played Saturday and Sunday, November 25th and 26th this year, a day later than they are traditionally played. This is to accommodate the Michigan State-Penn State game that will be played at Ford Field on Friday, November 24th. As always, the Lions play Thanksgiving Day, and this year they host the Packers. Because of the change, the schedule for the 2 days of the MHSAA Finals is not yet set, as consideration will be given to teams that are not allowed to play on Sundays. But there will be no change to the TV and radio broadcasts of the finals. All 8 11-player finals will air live on Bally Sports Detroit, and all football finals will be available to listen to via MHSAAnetwork.com. Also, the 8-player finals will stream live on the NFHS network, and those games will be once again played at the Superior Dome in Marquette on Saturday, November 18th. The football postseason will start Friday, October 27th, and it's never too early to start looking at playoff points. To see how your favorite team stacks up, just go to MHSAA.com, click football, and then playoff points. 10 teams will be looking to defend their titles from last year. Martin in 8-player, and then Grand Rapids South Christian, Gladwin, Grand Rapids West Catholic, Jackson Lumen Christi, and Ottawa Lake Whiteford in 11-player. And then in 11-player, you've got Belleville, Warren De La Salle Collegiate, and Detroit Martin Luther King, all looking for a 3rd straight title. And Powers North Central will be gunning for a 4th straight crown in the 8-player Division II. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from last week. First, a pair of sophomores from Brownstown Woodhaven, Pierce Scheffler and Alex Vasquez, finished 3rd and 4th overall at the Downriver Watermelon Run, helping the Warriors to a first-place team finish. Flint Kearsley's Isaiah Gatika scored the game winner with 50 seconds left in a 4-3 soccer win over Goodrich. It was Isaiah's first career goal for the Hornets. And a Mason Southland of Muskegon Mona Shores, she shot an event best 40, leading the Sailors to victory in the season's first OK Green Golf Jamboree.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
There's a new rule in volleyball regarding the wearing of jewelry. Previously, participants were not allowed to wear stud or post-like jewelry, such as earrings, even if they were covered by tape. But now, stud or post-like jewelry worn above the chin is allowed. Stud earrings are now allowed to be worn during play and do not need to be covered by tape. Hoop-style jewelry, such as hoop earrings, are still not allowed, even if covered by tape. If a player is wearing hoop earrings, the coach will be issued an administrative yellow card for the first offense and a red card for a second offense in that set. Items such as a medical alert medal or a religious medal must be taped to the body and can be visible during play.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. There is a change to the boys' soccer finals this fall as well. All 4 divisions will be played on a single day at a single location, with Grand Ledge High School hosting the 4 title games on Saturday, November 4th. In years past, 2 games each have been played at 2 separate locations. This year, Division 4 will kick things off at 10 a.m., followed by Division III at 12:30. Division II will play at 3 p.m., and the day concludes with the Division I title matchup at 5:30. Rochester Adams, Richland Gull Lake, Holland Christian, and Muskegon Western Michigan Christian are the 4 schools looking to repeat as champions this fall. The soccer postseason starts with districts on October 11th. Semifinals will be played Wednesday, November 1st, and the season ends November 4th at Grand Ledge High School. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Give to Jaden Terry, start step up the middle of the field, 40, big hole 50, he's gone 45, at the 30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Jaden Terry. The tank with an answer. Give read option keeper, whole bunch of space, at the 40, got the 35, 30, up the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bryce Underwood. And welcome to game night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here. Taking it at the 14-yard line with a feet offset by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30. Burst of speed at the 40. Right sideline 50. Able to get away from a tackle. Walking the tightrope at the 30. 25-20. All alone. 10-5. Touchdown Grandville. Snap to Underwood from the gun. Fake handoff on the RPO. Thrown left side. Caught Yarbrough. Sidesteps the defender at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Touchdown Belleville. The Tigers put it away. 34-17. They're going to go back-to-back. On fake handoff, keeper left side over the 45-yard line, outside the number of the 40, 35-30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie, and Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. And welcome to Game Night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. This is Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, and this is the start of the OK Red season here tonight for the Grandville Bulldogs. It is Grand Haven tonight at Gene Rothi Field to open things up for the Bulldogs. A bright and beautiful evening, CT, for sure. And for the Grandville Bulldogs, they certainly are in big-time bounce-back mode. Tied 14-14 at the half against Davison, a true state championship contender, this Davison Cardinals team we saw a week ago. But the Bulldogs get kind of boat race, no other way to put it, in that second half last week. Wind up losing that game 52-21 final. A very good opportunity for the Bulldogs, taking on a Grand Haven team who they have had the number of in the Coach Stiegel era to bounce back in a big way.
Yeah, trying to find a quick rebound here for the Bulldogs. A game that fell apart on them rather quickly in the second half and got away from them. You see in the first half, I think the potential that they have when they're playing their best football. There's something they're going to try to get back to here tonight against a team in Grand Haven that is searching to try to turn things around as well.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, a bright, beautiful evening. That's why, by the way, shameless plug, MGN Merch Shop. These hats that we are wearing here tonight are available on the MGN Merch Shop. Common little professional move right there. But, CT, this Grand Haven team, a different team than I think what we've seen in the last couple years. They're young, they're energetic, and they have a young first-year head coach in Andrew Biedenbender, 33-year-old. He coached under Pat Collins at West Ottawa the last couple years. He was a standout offensive lineman, like 325 pounds. You would not even remotely know that. He's like smaller than us in terms of his build nowadays, it seems. But this is a guy that's brought a lot of energy, really good systems as well. This is the start of something, I think, here at Grand Haven, and they got a chance to make a pretty big statement of their own tonight as they try to take on one of the teams from the top echelon of the OK Red.
Yeah, really trying to turn things around as a program, change the atmosphere around the Buccaneers and what they've been as a football program the last couple years, a team that's struggled, only a handful of wins over the last couple years, but trying to change the energy and get the guys to buy in around here. They're able to get a win last week against Traverse City West, first win under the new coaching staff, and really taking on a big test in Grandville here, OK Red opponent, but a huge test for them to see where they're at 2 games into a new staff.
All right, absolutely. We're going to roll on here on our Centennial Securities pregame show. We're going to step aside when we come back. Every week we do the MGN Football Tailgate Report video podcast on our YouTube page. This week we don't have an interview that normally we play during this section, but we did one of our most contentious segments of all time. It was kind of a snake draft, kind of not. We did a draft of the best helmets from West Michigan. So rather than breaking down the game for the next couple minutes, how about we go and have a little bit of fun? We'll show you that and make sure you tune into the Tailgate Report each and every week on the Michigan Game Night YouTube page.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Okay, we're back. Helmet draft. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So it's kind of a snake draft, kind of not. So we're going to each pick our 5 top helmets from West Michigan. We say West Michigan, we mean the OK plus, essentially Muskegon to Lowell, essentially like the local TV stations, their like coverage area, let's just say. That's essentially what we're going to do. So, okay, are we ready? How does this work? All right, we're spinning. We're spinning. Oh my gosh. Come on.
All right. So I can have you pick first, right? That's the rule we just said?
That's what you want. You can either have me go 1 and then you go 2, 3, or so you can get whatever you want here.
I'm going to do that.
You want me to pick first?
Yeah, I want you to go 1-1.
I actually think that's not terrible. Okay, I'll go first. I'm going to take them then. And then, like, I'll take the black one because it's the whatever one. I hate to do it, but like,
who are you picking?
I'm taking Rockford.
Okay, I just wanted to hear you say it.
I was going to say it. We weren't. I was setting it up.
Okay.
It is the iconic helmet in West Michigan. It's a cool look with the ram. The black one's the iconic one. The white one looks pretty. I like the white. I mean, especially the road whites. I love the icy white. Like the whole look. If we ever do a jersey thing, whatever. But like, I think they're the 1-1 pick, and I have to take them.
Okay.
So I apologize to everyone. I'm not going to be that homer. If you thought I was taking the block G, it will probably be coming later. But like, I got to take Rockford 1. I still think that's the helmet. There are some homer picks I want later, but I think they're 1.
Okay. Yeah, I was. If I'd gone 1-1, that was the one I was taking. But
I think it's the 1-1. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Nope. I agree there. That was on my big board. That was the first overall. Okay. So going second. I've got a couple options. I think that was the clear one, and then from here, I've got a lot that I really like, and so finding an order to this is going to be fun. I think, though, just my own personal taste, number 2, I'm going to go Mona Shores.
Okay. That was actually my number 2-ish on my big board, so we're in pretty good agreement right now. I love that helmet.
I love the baby blues.
Yes.
I'm a sucker for any
I like
sort of
love
blue,
the logo.
really. Yep.
Like, yes.
Yep. So I think that's my second. So then third.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tough. Do I go the rival right there? I might do it.
Take them both.
I might do it. I think I'm gonna go Muskegon.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go Muskegon. I kind of a similar pick there with the Muskegon area, but I think I mean you can't argue the big red. Part of that I'm factoring into this. I mean whether or not this is right or not, but. It's kind of a brand that goes along with it.
So if you're telling me if I happen to put out a poll, you just happen to pick Muskegon and Mona Short, I picked Rockford. So
yeah.
Okay. Make a little bit of a pick that I really, really want on my team because I think you might take it, but I don't know if you will. Mm-hmm. So that's the strategy. Or there's another helmet that is unique that I also like, that I think there's a better chance of you taking.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with the second of those. I'm going to take Cedar Springs.
Cedar Springs, okay.
So and that was one I kind of forgot about them. And then I'm like, oh, that's a unique helmet. I like they're the only team that run the Michigan, the winged helmet design. It's kind of unique one, the black with the red and the white. I feel like it kind of sticks. It's unique. I like that. And it, like, regardless what their jersey design is, they have a identifiable look because of, I like the helmet. It's a clean, I think. It's different. I feel like it's kind of an iconic one, which is what I'm taking. I'm trying to not just take, off the start at least, I'm trying to not just take cool logo on the side of helmet, which is kind of what some of the other picks you made were.
Yep.
So that's why I'm going Cedar Springs.
Okay, we were along the same line of thinking because my next pick, you've now got me questioning it, though. I was thinking Godwin Heights.
Oh, they do run that, too. This is not. I forgot that they run the wing helmet and they run it in the color scheme that everyone wants.
I was gonna say
It doesn't want.
That's the maize and blue, as close as you're gonna get, at least. Not not the exact thing.
Right.
But
so I wouldn't have taken that because I think it's a kind of posery.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna just say
taking
that.
the high road there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take them.
Okay.
So give me Gathering Heights.
All right. How did I forget? I completely forgot that they run that too. But no, I wouldn't have taken it because I don't. I like it, obviously. Well known that I like that helmet. I've made that clear now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, it's going to play. If you're thinking graphic, you're going to...
Hopefully.
It's going to play. It's going to half play.
Right.
It'll half
might
play.
Push them away, but...
I'm just going to take my personal pick, Muskegon Catholic Central.
Okay.
They're on the gold domes, and they've made them shinier in the last couple years too. I'm going Muskegon Catholic Central. That's part of why I wanted to expand this draft to being like all of like kind of the TV station coverage area, not just the OK, because I really wanted them. So I'm going to take Muskegon Catholic Central. That is my personal 1-1 favorite helmet. But yeah.
I figured that pick had to be coming at some point. I didn't know.
Yes.
And
I mean, it's why, like, obviously I'm a noted Michigan fan, but Notre Dame's
Okay.
got the best helmets. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not even close.
And just for the record, that wasn't going to be a threat to pick that, but
I know.
You got it.
I should have waited till pick 5. But
okay.
I know you, and you kind of like to be that way sometimes to me, and I could see there being a chance that you would just take it, like in the
True.
5th round, take it right before me.
Just
for
so you
spite.
can't have it.
Yes.
Yeah. That is something I would do. But
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm going to go a different direction. This is where we're going to short taste here a little
Now
bit.
we're gonna go gaudy.
We're going to go different. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm going Grand Rapids Union.
Okay, Grand Rapids Union. So
This
we go
is-
with
and
one of 2 wing designs.
Yeah.
Will he take them both? We may never know.
We'll see. But, I mean, this is something I guess I wasn't fully up to speed on how cool these helmets were, but I was doing some research for this. And looking back, at least at the helmets they were wearing last year, I assume they're wearing them
I think
again
they're
this
the
year.
same helmets with like jerseys that aren't quite as up
Okay.
to snuff as the helmets this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those helmets are nice.
I think that's a Don Fellows thing. When he came in, I think he brought those
Okay.
helmets with him.
Big fan.
Go Dogs! I'll take Grandville. I love that helmet. Maroon. I love maroon and white.
Okay.
Maroon and white. Block G. I like the stripes down the middle. Give me Grandville. I'll take it now. I'll put it on the board. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know if you were going to take it, but I'll take it. I like that. I love that
It's-
helmet.
I mean, and I'm a homer as well, so when it comes to it, I don't know. I can't bash for that pick, I guess.
I like the helmet in general. See, that's the difference. As you say a homer, I love that helmet. I
Okay.
love their jerseys. Like they have. If we not to tip picks, if we were to do a jerseys draft
Right.
of this thing and expand, I like the colors. I like the simplicity. I love the helmet.
Okay.
That's why I describe it in such a loving fashion every week when
Yes.
they're kicking off. Black, white G across the maroon helmet, 3 white stripes down the center, however I say it.
So this is the last pick, right? This is
your last pick,
5th.
yeah.
Okay, this is tough because I've got a list of at least 4 or 5 more that I could all see
Same,
going
bud.
here.
So don't
So-
try that on me.
So I think. Oh, you're gonna hate this one.
Probably. Are you gonna go back to back on the
No,
wings?
I wasn't gonna do that. I'm gonna go Hamilton.
The new one with the numbers on the side.
I was thinking
They do numbers one side and they do logo. The new one's fine.
Yes, the new
The
one.
whoever's idea it was, I don't know who it was, so I want to be careful in case it's someone I know. The one that was grimacing with the teeth coming out of the beak.
No.
No. Also, Hamilton went bad ever since they got sued by Iowa. Their peak was when they had Iowa's logo and everything, and then
Yeah, see-
Iowa struck it down. And that was great about going to the middle school circa 2012 when we were 11, whenever we were still in middle school. That was still on the floor everywhere. It was
Yep.
great.
No, I don't know. It's so unique. I'm of course a homer there as well, but I think the uniqueness of the
technically am,
mascot and the design, and of course the I like the half mascot on the helmet. I think it's a sleek look.
I'm almost thinking about just going with one that's good because I like the logo and it's iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Lowell.
Okay.
I like the red arrow logo.
Yep.
I like that. Give me Lowell. I was between a couple. I think give me Lowell because it's more unique.
Yep, that
Like the
was one of my honorable mentions that I was just gonna.
Okay.
I was between that one and Hamilton. Can't argue with I love the arrow on the side as
Yeah.
well. I think that's an all-time classic.
So
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts. Michigan Sports Academies offers quality youth sports in Grand Rapids, Holland, and Muskegon. With a wide variety of programming, MSA has something for new athletes who are just starting out to experienced athletes looking to take their game to the next level. Year-round programming is offered in basketball, lacrosse, soccer, and volleyball. Your athlete will love the quality of instruction from experienced coaches and state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in Grand Rapids and along the lakeshore. Check us out at MichiganSportsAcademies.com.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Centennial Securities pregame show. Grandville, Grand Haven, and the Bulldogs behind the Dogs flags have run out onto the field here at Gene Rothi Field, CT. And let's get in to some of the talking points as we get into this game and work our way about 3 minutes from the anthem and from kickoff shortly to follow. Let's take a look. Matchups, the quarterback position, Cash Ruff. A little bit quiet. That's, of course, you're going to see in this Granville offense. I think a chance for him to have a big game. But Xavier Rodriguez, the junior quarterback, we saw him a year ago. He is going to be in the middle of absolutely everything that this offense and even a lot of times this defense for Grand Haven is going to do.
Yeah, interesting battle between those two. Rodriguez all over the field, going to be asked to throw the ball, run the ball, play defense at corner sometimes as well, return specialist if they need him to do that as well. It can do a little bit of anything. He's going to be a big part if the Buccaneers are going to have success tonight. And Cash Ruff trying to put together another solid game like he had in week one, running the offense, of course, running the football quite a bit, getting the ball to his running backs, but then also in the play-action game, trying to find some big plays here that they were missing last week.
Yeah, coin toss happened early, and Grandville will be receiving the opening kick here tonight. The weapons for both teams, the skill players and skill positions are an interesting thing, certainly, I think, to look for because Grandville's running backs, you don't have to say anything more about it. We know the T and what they have in terms of a depth of players as well. Grand Haven, though, this is the best in terms they've had in skill position in quite a while. National Anthem is on deck right now, so we're going to step aside. Be right back here from Grand Haven.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com. This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit foldingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
All right, welcome back to Grand Haven. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here from Gene Rothi Field and Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Getting ready to rock and roll here with the OK Red opener. Grandville, Grand Haven. Of course, like we said, this is a game that we've kind of seen the number of the Buccaneers have gone to the Bulldogs ever since Eric Stiegel and his dynamic T offense showed up here. And as we get ready for this game, I want to remind you that tonight's coaches are Eric Stiegel from the Grandville Bulldogs in his 10th season. Hard to believe he's already been here a decade. And Andrew Biedenbender, who is the first-year man for Grand Haven. That's tonight's coaches, presented by Sporting U. Sporting U, you think it, we ink it. We have what you need to look your best. Check them out at sportingu.com. And this week's Family Fare Tailgate Special is fresh, all-natural, boneless, skinless chicken breast or chicken wings for only $2.47 a pound. Visit shopfamilyfare.com for all the specials. Also, we want to welcome on the Rainbow Grill of Grandville, new sponsor back with MGN starting this game for the rest of the year. They will be presenting our Player of the Game award. We also will be looking for the Car Center Hit of the Game, the Farmers Insurance Play of the Game, and the Centennial Securities winning game plan for best play call of the game today. So we'll keep an eye on that. They are showing the coin toss results right now. The captain's at center field on the Buccaneer logo. The Bulldogs did win the toss, and they did defer the option to the second half. So with that said, of course, also quick apology on the screen's scoreboard until we get a little bit of darkness, maybe a little difficult for anyone to see. So we're going to have to do a real radio broadcast. Remember to say the score and the time and the position on the field. So Grandville, traveling white uniforms. Tops and bottoms whites, numbers are in maroon. Grandville across the chest and the helmet. A draft-winning helmet, you could say, for the Bulldogs in maroon. The 3 white stripes down the center and the block G on the side. One of certainly the top helmets in all of West Michigan, and one that carried me to a significant victory on the poll this week after our draft on the Tailgate Report. Grand Haven, new alternate home jerseys in all steel gray top and bottom, numbers in dark navy blue, trimmed in gold. Helmets are navy blue with a gold stripe down the center and the Buccaneer logo on either side. They will get ready to send away right to left across your radio dial in just a moment here. The Bulldogs will stride on out as Grand Haven will get ready to kick it right to left across the radio dial. Putting the ball on the tee here is Bryant Taylor. Second year that we have seen that young man get ready to send it away. Actually, check that. It's going to be Xavier Rodriguez that will send it away. So Rodriguez, the quarterback, also will be sending this one away. The Bulldogs will back Miguel Rojas here as the deep man, not Carson Kopko, as he and Rojas change. It's an onside kick rolling to center field. Both sides fall on it, and Grand Haven says they have the ball in plus territory, and they do. An onside kick from Rodriguez, and Grand Haven steals the opening possession of the football game.
How about that for right out of the gate opening kickoff from your first-year head coach? Biedenbender making the call to go to the onside kick. His team responding, falling on the football and stealing possession right out of the gate.
A big call right away and a chance for a bit of a momentum shift as head coach Eric Stiegel is out and talking to one of the officials at the end of that play as Grand Haven will get ready to go to work. 11:57 on the clock, 3 seconds gone, and the Buccaneers start at the Grandville 48-yard line right here. Xavier Rodriguez, junior quarterback, 2 passing and a rushing touchdown last week in the Grand Haven win over Traverse City West. He will run the offense. The tailback is Dean Matson, the junior, who will be offset to his left hip. They go out of a 3 wide receiver set with the H-back Abraham to the right side of the line. Bulldogs bring a 4 down front. Low snap, give to Matson. Up the gut, he's got the 45. Shimmies over the 50 and dives down to the 38-yard line. Moody makes the tackle, and that'll move the chains for the Buccaneers. Good run with some good space for Matson on first down right there.
A really strong start for the Bucks on offense, starting on their own side of the field. A strong run on first down, picks up 10+. Shifty runner in Matson. It's going to be a challenge for the Bulldogs to try and shut down the running game.
Rodriguez will break it out here from the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 on this very bright night in Grand Haven. Beautiful night for football. Man goes in motion right to left. Fake on the give. Rodriguez slips down at the 42-yard line. His knee hits the turf. That would be a loss of a couple yards on the Rodriguez slip on first down.
Rodriguez looked like he was going to try to power run that, but taking a counter step, really trying to go to the left and ended up slipping just enough. Lost his footing, knee hit the ground, and at that point the play blown dead.
That'll make it 2nd down and 14 from the 42-yard line now into Grandville territory for the Buccaneers. They break it out right here, and they will spread it out. 4 wide receivers set. No one in the backfield alongside Rodriguez. Man in motion right to left. Fake handoff. Thrown right side. Caught 35-yard line. Ball squirts free. It's fallen on by the Bulldogs at the 25-yard line. We'll wait to see the call officially. Actually, now Grand Haven at the bottom of the pile saying that they've got the football. And they do. It's going to work out. Grab was made by Connor Van Beek, the tight end and slot man. It will be ruled that Grand Haven fell on the football. I think Grandville and Cott was first to fall on it, but it must have slipped away from him at the bottom of the pile. Grand Haven gets the football, and they get a first down on a lucky play right there for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, slant route on the right side, caught by Van Beek, and then they hit the arm coming in and knocking the football free, but the Buccaneers fortunate to jump back on top of that one.
Rodriguez from the gun, 3 wide receivers set, tailback to his right hip. Rodriguez, here's the snap, straight quarterback power run, cut by a man at the 20, dives inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, and is wrestled down from behind by Carson Kubzak. Good gain on first down of about 6 or 7, as this Buccaneers offense is driving very effectively on their first drive of the football game. And right now, KJ Landis' defense for the Bulldogs on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, nice mix of pass and run so far for the Grand Haven offense. Staying on schedule, moving the football down the field. Of course, had a short field to work with, so tough situation for the Bulldogs, but now trying to respond in the red zone.
3 receivers shotgun set from the 18-yard line. 2nd and 3, give up the gut to Matson. Sidesteps one man over right guard and falls right into a pile that's led by Stephen Jackson. He'll be just short of the line to gain, got a yard. It's 3rd and 2 from the 17-yard line coming up for the Buccaneers here. No score with 9.5 to go in the first.
We'll see what the Bucs want to do here in a situation 3rd and short. Try to run the football here and pick up the first down, or you can take a shot towards the end zone, maybe catch the Bulldogs with their eyes in the backfield, expecting to run themselves.
Rodriguez, Matson in the backfield. Carenstra, Robinson, Alex Dixon are the wide receivers. Abraham, the H-back off the right side of the line. Bulldogs bring a 4 down front. Standing tall, snap at the chest of Rodriguez. He'll run it left side, twisted down at the 15-yard line, right around the line to gain. We'll see what the mark is. They're going to just give it to him, first down, as Rodriguez able to fall forward through the tackle from the Grandville sophomore outside backer, Garrett Naraki.
Naraki crashing in off the edge. Really didn't get blocked a whole lot. Had a shot at Rodriguez, but Rodriguez just slippery enough, able to spin back to the middle of the field and fall forward to pick up the first down.
From the 15-yard line, Buccaneers break it out back to the 3 wide receiver set right here. Bulldogs with a 4 down lineman set. Pitch left side to Matson, cuts it up the middle at the 13-yard line and dives into a big pile of Grandville defenders. Reed Graverson, the junior inside linebacker, in the middle of it for the Dogs. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8 here for the Buccaneers inside the Grandville red zone. Again, they kicked it off, went with the onside kick. The Buccaneers recovered and stole the first possession of the game. And now Xavier Rodriguez and this Andrew Biedenbender offense are driving right down the football field. 2nd and 8 from the Grandville 13-yard line. 8:05 to go. Clock running down in the first quarter. No score. Back to the 3 wide receiver set from the gun for Rodriguez. Claps, snap at the helmet. Fakes a handoff. Throws right side. Caught on the screen. Racing past the 10. Inside the 5-yard line. And it's a 1st and goal for the Buccaneers, as that one was corralled in by Will Carenstra, the dangerous junior wideout. 1st and goal, Buccaneers.
Quick screen pass out to the right side. Carenstra just lined up on the line of scrimmage, takes 1 step back, able to catch it and turn upfield. The Bulldogs corner playing off on that side. able to turn that one upfield, get down near the goal line after the run after catch.
Grand Haven driving directly into the sun in their traveling or their home all gray, steel gray uniforms. They got a 1st and goal from the Grandville 3-yard line. They stick out of a 2-wide receiver set with a tight end and an H-back. Fake handoff. Rodriguez to carry up the gut. He'll be slung down at the 2-yard line. Haney and Jackson on the stop. He fell as far as the 1. Nope, they will mark him at the 2. So 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. 7:10 and less to go. Clock running down here in the first quarter, but a very, very good first drive, CT, for the Buccaneers here.
Yeah, been effective moving the chains, also eating up a decent amount of clock here. We've seen them go to the quarterback power quite a bit with Rodriguez, a couple times already on this first drive. 2nd down now. We'll see if they want to go right back to it. You might see that a couple times near the goal line.
Long look to the sideline for the call right here for the Buccaneers, coming up on 2nd and goal from the 2. 6:45 to go. They'll break it out. Rodriguez, the quarterback. Tailback Matson to his right hip. Bulldog defense crowding in right here. Fake give. Up the gut, Rodriguez. Met at the line of scrimmage, and the pile engulfs him down at the 2. Great job coming off the end. I think that was Braylon Haney. They had it shut down right away. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, good work by the entire defensive line for the Bulldogs. Having the same thought, expecting the quarterback to run the football there, able to crash in, not allow him to find any wiggle room up the middle.
Grand Haven changing around their look a little bit right here. Matson, the tailback, to the right hip of Rodriguez. 3rd and goal from the 2. They go back to a 3-wide receiver shotgun set. Snap to Rodriguez. Give Matson up the middle, blowing his way towards the goal line, falling to the end zone. I think the ball may have slipped out at the end as well as Grandville was motioning that. He's going to be short of the end zone. Holding the ball in his right hand is Miguel Rojas, the junior, saying, this ball came out, it's mine, but it's going to be marked down right before the goal line. It's 4th and goal here for the Buccaneers.
Bulldogs defense standing strong just enough to bring Matson down at the inch line, essentially. Looks like the ruling, the football came out after the knee was down.
That is the ruling. Some boos from the Grandville side as they got the news. So the Buccaneers keeping their offense out right now, it appears, as the officials also are talking to Coach Biedenbender a little bit on the sideline, and he is going to use this opportunity before 4th down to talk about it, and he will call a timeout. Next fall, Calvin University debuts its intercollegiate football program, and practice is already underway for Coach Trent Figg and the Knights. This fall, catch Michigan Sports Radio's coverage of the Knights countdown to kickoff with the debut of Figg on Football, a monthly show and a live broadcast of Calvin football's intra-squad game on September 30. That's Calvin University football on Michigan Sports Radio. Thank you, of course, to Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance, and also, of course, welcoming on the Rainbow Grill as presenting sponsors of MGN. We'll have more info. Also, I mentioned that Farmers sponsorship of where exactly that's going, but a new agency that we will be working with this year, waiting on getting some of the details hammered out on where Farmers Insurance, if you can take your business to in with the Grandville area and some things going on there. So we'll have some updates coming up on that as well, but of course, thanks to Farmers Insurance for coming back. Of course, with insurance, you can buy that from anyone, anywhere across the state. So regardless where you may be listening to, we are so fortunate for all of Farmers Insurance support, along with Centennial Securities, over these past many years with MGN. All right, 4th and goal from the 1. The Buccaneers go under center with Rodriguez. He'll try to quarterback sneak up the middle. There's the push. The arms go up. Touchdown, Grand Haven. It was the second effort for Rodriguez that got him in. The first push, he did not have it. The extra shove came. He finds his way into the end zone, and Grand Haven strikes first with 5:07 in the first.
Yeah, impressive first drive from the Buccaneers. After the onside kick, able to go 49 yards. Took it all the way down to the 1. Had to convert on 4th down, but a powerful run from Rodriguez. Tried to go right behind the center initially, as you said. Got bottled up. Able to fight to the right side just enough to fall in.
All right, snap down. It'll be Rodriguez to kick. Right leg through the ball, and that one is up and good. So Grand Haven takes the first advantage of this one. 5:07 to go in the first. 7-0 Buccaneers. They got the onside kick. They steal the possession, and they steal the first points of the game. Great start for Andrew Biedenbender's squad. We will be right back.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is... We are Royal.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Daikin Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
All right, welcome back here to Grand Haven. Quick start for the Buccaneers. 7-0. Grand Haven strikes first. Xavier Rodriguez had the 1-yard quarterback sneak. He'll go to a pooch kick to the 20-yard line here that is fielded by Carson Kopko. Spins by a man at the 35, breaking into the open field past the 45, and the pile catches him at the 50, and Grandville with good field position for their first drive of the game right at midfield. 4:56 to go in the first, and here comes Eric Stiegel's offense for the first time today. Scored 21 points a week ago with rushing touchdowns from Terry Stadinsky and Graverson. Cash Ruff will lead the offense at quarterback, the 6'4 senior. Terry, Kopko, Stadinsky, the starting backs. Jackson, Wiley, DeHaan, Becker, and Weiss across the offensive line. And it will be Medeiros and Connolly starting at tight end. Right at the 50-yard line, left hash mark. Grand Haven loads up with 5 on the front line. Turn to Ruff, give to Jaden Terry. Stretch play right side at the 50. Outside the numbers, 45. At the 40, right sideline, 30. Cutting back at the 25 and walking out of bounds to the 25, 24-yard line will be the mark. Good start for Jaden Terry with a 26-yard scamper the first time he touches the ball. First down, Dogs.
Yeah, good start for the Bulldogs. Able to get Terry on the off-tackle run there, bounces it outside the corner, bites in, and then Terry just able to beat him in the foot race to the outside along the sideline, picks up half the distance needed there for the Bulldogs.
Terry has a billion visits coming up to various different MAC schools and beyond in the next couple of weeks right here. Official timeout, getting something set right now, as I think there may be what appears to be a mouth guard lost in the fray from Connor Van Beek. He'll retrieve that, and the Bulldogs get ready to go to work. 4:47 in the first. 7-0 Grand Haven. The Dogs out of the 2 tight end tee right here. Under center, Ruff. Turn, give Jaden Terry. Behind a pile, bottled up at the 20, cuts it up to the 15 and falls down to the 14-yard line. Tackled from behind by Gus Abraham. Very good vision on that run from Jaden Terry, who's able to get 8 or 9 yards on first down.
Yeah, you see the differing styles that Jaden Terry has running the football. The first one, the speed just hit to the outside. That one, a much more patient run, waiting, standing behind his offensive lineman, waiting for the blocks to develop, finding the room that he can, working his way back towards the hash mark, the middle of the field, but another productive run.
Jaden, 6 rushing touchdowns so far on this season. Ruff under center. Turns. Initial give up the middle on to Kopko. A fake came after, and Kopko with 2 hands on the ball falls into the pile to about the 11-yard line for a gain of 3. That should be not just enough to move the chains, and it is. So Kopko's first touch gets the Bulldogs a first down. Kopko, the only of the Bulldogs backs that has not scored a touchdown so far on this season. He had some good runs week 1 against Grand Blanc, but bottled up against one of the biggest insides of a defense you're going to see against Davison a week ago. Dogs break it out, 2 tight end tee here. 1st and 10 from the Grand Haven 11. They trail, the Bulldogs do, 7-0 early right here. Ruff, under center, turn, give, this time Stadinsky, over left guard, falling into the pile, over the 10, down to as far as the 8-yard line. Whole host of guys all around him on the stop right there from the inside of the defense. Van Beek, Matson, and more on the stop. It'll be marked a gain of 2, only to the 9-yard line there for Easton Stadinsky on the Bulldog Junior's first touch of this game. Ruff in from the sideline. Bulldogs traveling white uniforms, maroon helmet, traveling or home grays for Grand Haven with a navy blue helmet. Under center, out of the tee. Rough turn. Give to Terry. Right side. Stretching and cutting it up inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. The pile and a trio of tacklers shut him down at the 5 or 6-yard line. Logan Minier, the senior strong safety and outside backer on the stop right there. It'll be 3rd down and short right here for the Dogs. Make it 3rd and medium. It's 3rd and 5 from the 6. 2:45 and less to go in the first. 7-0 Grand Haven. And interesting play calling possibly having to come up here for the Bulldogs. They're working pretty quickly on this drive, and back under center goes Cash Ruff, wearing number 9 in the traveling white uniform. Turn and give to Sadinsky over left guard with 2 hands on the ball, following blockers, diving down towards the goal line. He's got the first at minimum, and that's what the mark will be. Coach Stiegler got his palms up thinking maybe he was in the end zone, but regardless, he got everything he needed there. The 5 yards, it's first and goal from the 1 for the Bulldogs. Really nice run, finding the yards from Sadinsky. We saw him do that a week ago a lot.
Yeah, another strong run from Sadinsky. Needed 5 to get the first down, got exactly that. In order to get a first down, the ball had to be at the 1, and that's exactly where it was. Now have a couple opportunities here to try to punch it in from the yard line.
Bulldogs break it out. Same unit that's been on the field the whole time. 2:05 to go in the first. Turn it again. This is Sadinsky over left guard. Big hole. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Grandville. Dogs with an answer. And they make it 7-6 with a chance to either knot it or go for 2, which appears to be what Coach Stiegler's going to get back to doing this week after we saw them kick the extra point all last week out of nowhere. So the 1-yard plunge from Easton Sadinsky puts the Bulldogs back within striking distance after a very good start for the Buccaneers and what looks like a significant offensive affair so far in this one. So Cash Ruff in from the sideline will get ready to command the Bulldog offense on the 2-point conversion try. Grand Haven with a 1-point lead now. The Bulldogs, same unit, Medeiros and Connolly the tight ends. Kopko in the middle of Jaden Terry and Easton Sadinsky. Defense crowding way in, showing pressure. Delayed give. It was fumbled on a botched exchange, fallen on by Sadinsky, and Grandville will not get the 2-point conversion. It remains a 1-point lead for the Buccaneers. 7-6, Grand Haven with 2:02 in the first. We'll be right back here from Gene Rothi Field and Grand Haven High School.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is we are Royal.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Daikin Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
Welcome back to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you, and Grandville an answer, but unable to get the 2-point conversion, leaves Grand Haven up. Remember, the Buccaneers head coach Andrew Biedenbender went to the onside kick, scored on their first attempt after stealing that first possession. Grandville then able to drive down and score, and we've got a 7-6 game and a lot of offense right now early in this one, Chandler, and neither defense really showing much resistance.
No, both teams have been helped out quite a bit by their special teams. Of course, the onside kick for the Bucs and the long return setting the Bulldogs rather at midfield for their drives, but both offense is capitalizing on the good field position.
Left to right, Jake Karanen sends this one away. It's gathered in outside the numbers at the 1-yard line, going the wrong way by the return man over the 35-yard line. Right sideline streaking, Karenstra to the 30. He's free, 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Grand Haven. Will Karenstra able to get the kickoff going the wrong way at his own goal line, sneaks past the offense or the return defense on kind of a lazy return, and Karenstra goes to the house.
Another impressive special teams play for the Bucs in the first quarter. The onside kick, now the long kickoff return. Karenstra had an opportunity, probably could have let that one go over his head and would have been a touchback, but able to corral it and then turn it upfield and just walk the tightrope along the sideline. I'm not sure if the Bulldogs thinking he was going to step out of bounds, a little premature, but kind of giving up along the sideline and a long return.
It will be Rodriguez to look to add another extra point. Snap down, kick up, nearly blocked by the Bulldogs. That was a theme of the week last week all week long, but he's able to get it off and send it on through the uprights. Good. 14-6, Grand Haven with a very quick answer. And thanks again to Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors of Michigan Game Night and Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Check out the MGN shop, MichiganGameNight.com. Click on the shop merch tab. You can find more stuff there. And check out our YouTube page where you may be watching this game tonight. I know there are a few that choose to watch it that way rather than through just the traditional Michigan Sports Radio feed, but also you can go back, watch the game after the fact there, see the tailgate report, everything else going on. Man CT, though, I mean, Kerenstra, we didn't even see him first from the booth. We're looking right back into the sun, couldn't even identify the number. By the time you could see him, he had slipped a couple tackles, and the most dangerous player potentially on the skill possession group, at least, of this Grand Haven offense and defense, making the Bulldogs pay right away. So right to left, Rodriguez now leading 14-6 again. We'll get ready to send it away with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Grandville will back Rojas to only the 11-yard line for the return right here. So it's Rojas, the deep man, and Kopko, one of the up men this week on the returns. Grand Haven with the ball on the tee at the 40, all bunched up right now around Rodriguez, who's relaying a message. They'll quick turn. It's another onside kick. This one didn't go near far enough, and Grandville will watch as the penalty markers come out right here. I think the Dogs may have fallen on it, actually, in plus territory anyway, as they were ready for what I think was a pretty clear fake that Rodriguez was faking, that he didn't know what the call was before he turned and went to the onside kick. So it looks like it was actually Grandville was able to fall on the ball in plus territory to the 47-yard line, and Cash Ruff in the offense will get to take over right there. So Grandville Chandler, 1:47 to go in the first, needing points on this drive, and just to try to maintain a little bit of sanity, I think, for themselves.
Yeah, need another big response, starting even better field position than last time, looking to try to even the score back up after an electric return.
Cash Ruff tried to get the defense to jump, now looks back to the sideline, relays a new message. The tall Bulldog quarterback striding under. Give to Jaden Terry right side. He's got blockers outside the number to the 45. Burst of speed over the 40. He gets shoved in the back after he was already out of bounds at the 39. No call coming from that. And Terry will be able to move the chains, though, with a nice effective first down run right there. Sorry, almost move the chains with an effective first down run. Make it second and about 2 or 3. It'll be second and 3. The mark will be the 39-yard line here for the Bulldogs. 1:40 to go. Clock stops. Ball out of bounds here in the first quarter. Ruff will break him out once more here. Bulldog line working out. Grand Haven with 3 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers, and everyone else crowds in the linebacking row behind. They show some pressure. Give to Kopko up the middle. 2 hands on the ball. Stutter step down to the 35, and he's fallen and shoved back to the 34-yard line. Couple big bodies, including Colson Hardy, the sophomore, all in on the stop. Mark will be the 35-yard line, and that will be just enough to move the chains. It will be first down Bulldogs.
Still waiting on that fullback trap for a long run from Kopko, but another effective run, moving the chains, able to bounce off a couple interior tackles.
Under center, Cash Ruff turns. Give up the middle to Sadinsky, breaking left with a stiff arm at the 30, outside the numbers to the 20, and he angles out of bounds to the 15-yard line. Got a shove in the back after he was out of bounds from Chase Robinson. Again right there, Grand Haven a little chippy at the end of the plays. I think that's how you expect this energetic team behind this energetic head coach to play. First down, Grandville. By the way, one storyline we haven't gotten to yet with the speed of this game, Eli Ziska, the terrific senior defensive end. He was out last week. Looks like he is out again this week for Grand Haven. So a big part of their edge rush out for the Buccaneers again. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. 14-6 Grand Haven. Very good start for the Buccaneers. Cash Ruff strides under center. The Bulldogs from the Grand Haven 15-yard line. Turn from Ruff. Quick give up the middle to Sadinsky. Shakes through the first tackles. Over the 10. Down to the 9-yard line. Into the tackling pile. Minier and company on the stop. Some nice slippery runs right here from Easton Sadinsky. Able to get 6 yards up to the 6-yard line.
Back-to-back runs from Sadinsky. The multiple fakes in the backfield from Cash Ruff. One to Kopko, one to Terry, and then eventually handing it off to Sadinsky going right to left.
Bulldogs will break it out here. Ruff under center. 2 tight end T. Turns. Give to Jaden Terry. Stretch play to the right side. Outside the numbers. Jumping over a man at the 10. Broke a tackle at the 5. Dive for the pylon. Touchdown Grandville. What a rumble from Jaden Terry. And the Bulldogs able to get it back within 2. 14-12.
Yeah, stretch run to the wide side of the field from Jaden Terry. Had to hurdle over one of his own men trying to get a lead block on the outside, but still able to find the front corner of the end zone, dive in. Another response from the Bulldogs.
TD number 7 on the year for Jaden Terry. And the Bulldogs will go for 2 and try to knot the game with 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Connolly to the right, Medeiros to the left, remain the tight ends. Under center goes Ruff. He will motion Sadinsky to the right slot. Here's Ruff. Straight rolls right to pass. Throwing to the end zone. Through the hands of Connolly. It was a little high, but Connolly unable to track it down. And the Bulldogs unable to convert another 2-point conversion. It remains 14-12, and the Buccaneers remain on top. 29 seconds to go in the first. We will be right back.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
All right, welcome back to Grand Haven. We are underway as the Bulldogs pooch kick it away, and Grand Haven able to return up to just shy of the 40-yard line. So 14-12 with 25 seconds to go. Nate Dreyer with Chandler Timmer here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Grand Haven will get right on the 40 as the mark to the left hash mark, and here comes Xavier Rodriguez and company. And a big moment, I think, Chandler, for the course of this football game is we have to see how defensive coordinator KJ Landis and this Bulldog defense is able to answer. They've had a couple bad quarters going back to that last contest against Davison, the one drive where they've actually been on the field for a score of this drive, and we'll see what they're able to do and if they're able to answer here. Rodriguez works them on out. They'll go 3 wide receivers set from the left hash at their own 40-yard line. Tailback is Mattson to the right hip. He'll motion Robinson behind him. They'll pitch it to Robinson back at the 35-yard line. Stutter step by a defender. Breaking past the 45. Burst of speed over the 50. Into a tackling power to the 45. And riding a trio of Bulldogs down to the 40-yard line. A 20-yard gain for Robinson after he nearly was corralled a few times. A slippery pitch run. And Grandville right now, the secondary tackling becoming an increasing issue, I think, for this team.
Yeah, one of the things we saw them struggle with in the second half last week. There again on the run, a unique play design, getting the motion from left to right, and then the pitch going that way, able to turn it upfield, and a couple arm tackles from the Bulldogs, allowing some extra yardage.
All right, clock will run down, and that'll do it for the first. 14-12, Grand Haven, a surprise score at the end of one right here, but this young team under their young head coach Andrew Biedenbender have shown a lot of fight early, and they have punched the Bulldogs in the first quarter. We'll see how both teams respond as we go to the second. We'll be right back here from Grand Haven.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
All right, welcome back to Grand Haven. Second quarter and a 2-point lead for the Buccaneers from the Grandville 40-yard line. Grandville shifts the defensive front. Rodriguez motions a man into the backfield. That's Robinson. He gives it to Robinson. Breaking a tackle over the 40. Spinning past the 35 and slips and squirts down to the 28-yard line. Chase Robinson, we talked about him on a lot on the tailgate report in the pregame. He's a multi-use guy out of the backfield, out of the slot, and 2 really tough, slippery runs from a guy that Eric Kalin at 103.5 WAWO says is among their best, if not their best athletes on this team.
Yeah, and finding a way to get him the football here. End of the first quarter, first play of the second, motioning him in from the slot into the backfield on that last one, giving him the handoff. showing a little 2 running back look out of the shotgun.
Back to a 3 receiver set from the gun. 1st and 10 from the Grandville 28-yard line. Low snap Rodriguez. Pitches left side to Matson. Trying to turn it upfield, and Reed Graverson slings him down from the knees at the 29-yard line. Good stop by Graverson as they will give him a loss of 1 back to the 29.
For Bulldogs defense that has had their struggles wrapping up and finishing tackles, Reed Graverson there delivering a hit, able to come up and drop Matson right in his tracks.
So Buccaneers now 2nd and 11 from the Grandville 29-yard line. 10:57 to go. Clock running down in the second quarter. 14-12 Buccaneers. Waiting for the sun to go down, too, so we can, try to focus our camera on the scoreboard until we get to that point here. A really beautiful evening for football. Buccaneers will break it out. 4 wide receiver set here. Bulldogs shift up the offensive front to a 3-down front. Snap to Rodriguez. Rolling right to pass. Fires right side off his back foot. Diving attempt at the grab made by Dixon at the 19, but he's unable to hang on to it and survive the turf. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Buccaneers.
A long throw across the field, trying to get the comeback route along the sideline, but as Rodriguez rolling out to his right, underthrows that one a little bit, unable to get enough arm on it to get it all the way there. The receiver open, but the ball skips in before the completion.
Clock stopped at 10:30 to go in the second quarter. 14-12 Grand Haven. Buccaneers in the home, all steel gray uniforms, traveling all whites for the Bulldogs. Junior quarterback Xavier Rodriguez getting ready to go to work right here as they change out the unit from the sideline. Coach Biedenbender a little bit. They were looking to go to more of a spread unit, and they are going to be forced to burn their second timeout of the half as they try to get ready for the 3rd down play. 10:30 to go. Second quarter, 14-12 Grand Haven. We will be right back.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Rodriguez over the 30, pitches out to Robinson. He'll cut it as far as the 28-yard line, falls down to the 27, and it'll be 4th down coming up here for the Buccaneers, and decision time right here for Coach Biedenbender and company. Rodriguez in from the sideline with the call, it would appear, and they're going to go for it. A big 4th down with 10 minutes to go in the first half. 4th and 9 from the Grandville 27-yard line. Grand Haven a 2-point, 14-12 lead. Rodriguez from the gun. 3 wide receivers set. Tight end off the right side of the line. Snap to Rodriguez. Drop to pass. Pressure coming. Clutches. Fires right side. Caught 21-yard line. Rumbling into the open field. Abraham down to the 15. 1st down Grand Haven. Able to find the ranging H-back and move the chains.
Bulldogs sending the quarterback blitz from the left side. Rodriguez, though, able to step up into the pocket, get a block in pass protection from his running back, and then find Abraham in the flat, who makes a man miss in the open field, able to get just enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10, 16-yard line. Rodriguez and company get ready to go to work. Also, by the way, second quarter is brought to you by Michigan ENT, an allergy specialist. Their physicians specialize in allergy treatments, helping you find relief and get back into the game. Handoff up the gut to Matson, shimming past the first wave of tacklers, and then at the 15-yard line gets stymied by the duo of Moody and Graverson. Gain of 2. They will give him the 14-yard line. 9:11 to go in the first half of play here.
Bulldogs defense trying to gather themselves after you had your best chance to try to get off the field. A 4th and 9, 4th and long situation, unable to get the stop. Now you find yourselves backed up inside the red zone once again, trying to get yourselves off the field without allowing points on the board.
Rodriguez breaking him out here. 4 receivers set with a trio bunched right off the right side of the line from the gun. Rodriguez, fake handoff, rolling left to pass. Pressure coming from Moody. Lobs it up. Leaping interception made by Jackson Sanchez. A second straight week for the Bulldogs senior, and a big one at that. Grandville gets it back. What a INT on the leap.
Huge play. The Bulldogs defense desperately needed that right there. Able to go up. Rodriguez trying to float a pass in over the top of the defender and try to get it down on the side, near the side on Robinson, but just underthrew it a little bit, floated it too much. Able to go up and make that one, had to steal that one out of the air, but a huge play for the Bulldogs defense to try to steal some momentum.
Unbelievable play by Jackson Sanchez. Second straight week, he comes up with a red zone INT for the Bulldogs, and they go to work from their own 10-yard line. Down 2 with 8.5 to go in the second quarter. Give to Sadinsky is fake. Bootleg keeper left side at the 15-yard line. Ruff lowers his shoulder and falls ahead to the 16. The stop is made by the edge rusher Connor Van Beek. And a good run on first down as we see the bootleg keeper off some misdirection go to Cash Ruff for the first time in this one. He'll get 7. The mark is the 17-yard line.
First carry for Cash Ruff. Haven't seen that a ton this year yet. I think something the Bulldogs are keeping in their back pocket just a little bit. Trying to use him and his legs a little bit more, that time to the strong side of the field.
Back to the 2 tight end T. Left side of the field right here. Turns and gives on to Jaden Terry over right guard. Burst to speed and broke the first wave of tacklers, then gets snowed under after another yard or so. It'll be close to the first down, and he does just get it on what he needed. Mark will be the 22-yard line. That'll move the chains for Jaden Terry.
Jaden Terry, 60 rushing yards so far. Had a strong first quarter, couple big runs. Another one there to pick up a first down.
One of his best TD runs of the year so far, outside the 85-yard one last week that we've seen out of him as well. First and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Medeois and Connolly, the tight ends. 5 on the front line for Grand Haven. Delayed handoff on to Kopko. Broke a tackle. Falls ahead to the 29-yard line where he's corralled and settled down by Logan Minier. Good first down run. They'll give him the 30 on the forward progress in the fall. Gain of 8 on first down. Good tough run there from Kopko up the gut.
Yeah, the fullback having to make a couple guys miss in the middle of the field there, sidestepping a few of the interior defenders along that defensive line and the linebacker.
7:08 to go, second quarter. 14-12, Grand Haven. Ruff under center, near side of the field. Driving right to left. Give up the gut to Kopko, stymied and sent back right away. Gus Abraham meeting him in the hole, along with the nose tackle David McMullen, the junior, on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 1. Forward progress got him a yard to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, they go right back to Kopko on 2nd and short. Only picks up a yard. Now very similar situation, 3rd and 1 to go. See if the Bulldogs want to go right back to it, try to pick up that yard in the first down.
Dogs will break it out right here. 2 tight end T. 3rd and 1. From the 31. 3 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers. They bring some extra pressure. Handoff on to Sadinsky. Tripped up in the backfield, but falls past the 35 to the 36. He's got the first down. Really nice hole. And even though he got a little tripped up, Sadinsky, again, able to move the chains for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 to the 36.
Yeah, big opening on the left side of the offensive line. Able to easily pick up the first down. And would have had a lot more, but did get tripped up just a little bit unintentionally from one of the Buccaneers defenders. Could see Sadinsky kind of slam his hand on the ground. He thought he had a bigger run than that, but still a 3rd down conversion.
6 minutes to go, second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 36. Give to Jaden Terry. Good hole over the right side, over the 40. Broke a tackle, angling back up the middle of the field to 50. What a move at the 50. Left side at the 40. 35, 25, 20. Outside the numbers 15, 10. 5 diving for the pylon. He's just short. A horse string tackle made from behind by the diving Gus Abraham, but Terry putting the moves on. 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
Man, really the complete running package from Jaden Terry here tonight. You've seen a little bit of everything, what he can do with his moves. That time, making guys miss in a phone booth in very close situations. In the middle of the field, not just outrunning them. The juke moves left and right, the quick agility.
That was something between a horse collar and a shoestring tackle, a horse string tackle. I don't quite know what that is. We're inventing terms tonight here. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the 2-yard line. Turn from Ruff. Give to Sadinsky. Big hole. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Grandville. Bulldogs go on top for the first time. Easton Sadinsky, TD number 3 on the season, falling into the end zone. And the Bulldogs are back to where they want to be in this one. They will go for 2. 18-14 is now their advantage with 5:47 in the second quarter.
Yeah, big couple possessions there for the Bulldogs defensively. You get the interception, the takeaway. Your offense responds. A nice drive, longer drive down the field. able to punch it in and take the lead.
Two tight end T. Connolly's the tight end to the right. They went his way last time. Couldn't hang out on the 2-point conversion attempt. Snap to Ruff. Delayed give. He'll roll left to pass. Pressure's coming. Ruff will tuck it down. He's got the speed. Races by two defenders. Extends the ball. Goes over the goal line. 2-point conversion good. 20-14 Grandville. 5:47 to go in the second quarter. We will be right back.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back to Grand Haven. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Got some time here before this kickoff. Sun continues to go down. We're going to be able to see very shortly, but what a turnaround. And let's talk about Jackson Sanchez before we talk about that good drive. I mean, this is a guy who didn't get a whole bunch of playing time last year up on varsity in the secondary, but back-to-back weeks with a red zone pick. That was a heck of a play as well on the leap. Very impressive out of that young man.
Yeah, been some strong play out of Sanchez. Able to read the eyes of the quarterback last week, a longer throw down the field, able to make a play on it, down and elevate this time, a shorter throw, more on the flat, but still able to go up, steal the football away from the offensive player. Huge play the Bulldogs desperately needed.
All right, right to left across your radio dial, the sophomore Jake Kiernan, right leg through the ball, high twister over the head of Karenstra, touches down in the end zone, and Grand Haven will start it up at their own 20-yard line. 5:47 to go in the second quarter. 2014 Grandville, and this feels like one of the drives of the game. You don't want to go over the top at an early point in the game like this, Chandler, but it just feels like a big moment, I think, in the course of this football game. If the Grandville defense is able to come up with a solid stop, maybe have a chance to go up 2 scores before the break, or if this Grand Haven offense really continues to roll the way they have outside of that interception.
Yeah, we'll see the Bulldogs defense trying to string together a couple solid possessions. Now the best field position for them, the furthest back the Buccaneers have had to start.
Rodriguez throws in the flat, left side outside the numbers to the 19-yard line. Corralled by Karenstra and sent down right away for a loss of 2 on the screen. That'll make it 2nd and 12 back to the 18-yard line. 5.5 to go in this second quarter. We've made an adjustment, and the fans at home can actually see the scoreboard for the first time tonight on our enhanced radio feed. We've got video next week. I do have to say, going back home, NFHS school for the Bulldogs, so video back on next week for a couple weeks in a row for the Bulldogs. From the gun, Xavier Rodriguez, 2nd and 12 from his own 18-yard line. Bulldogs up by 6. Man in motion, faked it to him. Rodriguez runs up the middle, shut down at the 20-yard line, put his head down and got one more ahead to the 21. It was Brett Becker, the 6-foot, 200-pound junior that shoved him down and settled it down. It'll be 3rd down and 9 from the 21 here for the Buccaneers as the sun dips below the trees here at Gene Rothi Field. And I think things are going to start cooling down quite a bit immediately as it does so here on what has felt like the first kind of fall day of the year throughout a lot of this day here in West Michigan. Rodriguez will break them out, trailing 20-14 from his own 21-yard line. 4.5 to go. 4 wide receiver set. Low snap to Rodriguez. He clutches. He fires deep. Looking down the left side for Karenstra. Underthrown and broken up by the Bulldogs. It'll be 4th down. It's Josh Crater, the sophomore, a 5th quarter rule guy. That's what Coach Stiegel mentioned in our pregame interview. They really, really like what this young man brings to the table, and he's got a great pass breakup right there. 4th and 9 for the Buccaneers now back at their own 21.
Yeah, really well played on 3rd and long by all 3 levels of the Bulldogs defense. Get some rush in the backfield. The linebacker's able to step up, stop Rodriguez from running, and then the secondary holding up down the field.
Rodriguez will get ready to punt this one away, but there's whistles down. Someone jumped early. There's flags down all over the place. The officials are going to talk about it. We'll see if it was the offense or the defense that jumped first. But Crater, he's the JV quarterback. I think it's going to be Grand Haven that jumped early. The penalty will be going their way. But Crater, the JV quarterback, he makes plays like that, and they're going to need him up here more than they're going to need him down there at some point in time. It is a false start on the Buccaneers. They'll back them up 5 more yards right here. And again, Rodriguez will do the punting. They just kind of go out of a base 3 wide receiver set. High snap to Rodriguez. He'll boot it away with Emery Moody charging into his face. Bulldogs had dual returners back to the 50-yard line. Kopko going to let it bounce, and it'll roll to the 40-yard line where it is touched up by Will Carenstra. So 3:58 to go. Bulldogs quickly back on the field. They're up 20-14, and the Dogs able to make quite a second quarter statement the way they've turned this one around right now.
Yeah, really settled things down the defense now. Turnover on the interception, and then a 3-and-out, able to get the ball back for their offense. Now a chance to try to grow their lead, a little bit more relaxed on the offensive end.
Cash Ruff striding back out there, number 9 in the traveling white uniforms for the Bulldogs, and he'll break it out. 2 tight end T from the 40. Grand Haven brings 5 on the front line, 1 high safety crowding in the defense. Ruff, snap, turn, delayed give is fake to Graverson, then given on to Sadinsky, who will bottle his way ahead to the 44, fall to the 45-yard line. So it's Graverson in for the first play. Now Jaden Terry will come in his place for the second play right here. So Graverson had the touchdown last week at the goal line plunge against Davison. Able to check back out right here. And Cash Ruff is in from the sideline, and Coach Stiegel with the call. He'll break it out. The mark will be the 44-yard line. It will be a 2nd and 6 here for the Bulldogs. 2 tight end T. Same defensive alignment right here for the Buccaneers, who show a little bit of pressure last minute. Faked handoff to Sadinsky, then given on to Jaden Terry, who snowed under at the 46-yard line. The entire right side of the defense for Grand Haven all over him, leading the way. David McMullen on the stop. It'll be 3rd down and medium, 3rd and 4 to the 46 for the Bulldogs.
The Bucs defense had the right play call there. You mentioned the late pressure showing to the side. The Bulldogs were going to be running the football. Jaden Terry running right at that defender who was just making his way up. Had some forward momentum going that way.
2:50 and less to go from their own 46-yard line. Cash Ruff back to Coach Stiegel on the sideline. And I think there's a chance the Bulldogs may have to call a timeout right here as they're taking their sweet time at the moment to get this play in. Coach Stiegel points to the official. And there is the timeout. So, head coach Eric Stiegel, he'll stride out. Doesn't seem overly happy with his unit as he does so. And they'll talk about it a little bit. 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Grandville 20. Grand Haven 14. A 3rd and 4 coming up from the Bulldogs from right around midfield. We'll be right back.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, 3rd and 4 from the 46. Welcome back to Gene Rothi Field. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Bulldogs up by 6. We'll try to convert here. Cash Ruff turns. Gave it on to Sadinsky up the middle. He's got the first down. Squirting out the other side of the pile and falling into plus territory to the 49-yard line. First down, Bulldogs again. Easton Sadinsky moving the change when they need it. We talked about him last week, kind of fitting into that Tyson Mann role from a year ago of when you need the yardage for the first down, he's gotten it. That's exactly what happens right there again from Sadinsky. And the Bulldogs will go back to the sideline as we have another timeout on the field after that rush. 2:18 to go in the first half. We'll stay with you here through this timeout. Actually, there's some miscommunication. I think it's going to be a timeout on Grand Haven. Now the Bulldogs are coming back out onto the field. It was potentially an official timeout. Now they're signaling that the timeout's on the Buccaneers, and now the Bulldogs will come back to the sideline. Did you follow that? Because I didn't, and I'm here in the stadium, but we've got things figured out. That will be the final timeout of the half for the Buccaneers, CT. I mean, when you look at this game, right now, and we're keeping our eye out for the winning game plan, best player of the game presented by Rainbow Grill Farmers Insurance play of the game. Car Center hit of the game. Look at all those different awards. I mean, right now it's pretty much locked up. The winning game plan for best play. It came from the beginning, from Grand Haven. They went to the onside kick. They got the ball. They got the momentum. A lot of adversity early for the Bulldogs, but they've made some plays that they needed down the stretch right now, and they have a chance to somehow lead this thing by 2 scores in the half if they're able to score here.
Yeah, it was impressive from the Buccaneers. The strategies that they had to try to steal possession right away, I think definitely kept them in this game to this point, but the Bulldogs able to settle things down a little bit going into the second quarter. Now a chance to try to sustain a drive here and go with a bigger lead into halftime.
2:18 to go. Grandville just into Grand Haven territory at the 49. They motion Jaden Terry to the left slot. Snap to Ruff. Give on to Kopko. Bounces off the first wave of tacklers with 2 hands on the ball and falls over the 45 to the 43-yard line. Standing over top of him, Braden Vandenbergen Moore on the stop. Good run on first down from Kopko as they use Terry splitting out as a bit of a diversion. The mark is the 43. It's a gain of 5. Grandville working quickly. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 20-14 Bulldogs. Ruff under center. 2 tight end T. Snap to Ruff. Give to Jaden Terry. Stretch play to the right. Outside the numbers at the 40. Burst of speed at the 30. Right sideline 25. And he takes a hard shoulder out of bounds from Connor Van Beek. But a good run from Jaden Terry moves the Bulldogs into the red zone.
And Jaden Terry been a very strong first half for him thus far. 120-plus yards, and not including that last run right there. Again, just able to find the sideline, sees on the outside he's reading that corner to the strong side of the field and waits for him to bite in, then knows he can just run around him to the outside.
I'm hoping Snooze to you got that because they almost took him out as they were coming to the sideline on that play. I hope he posts that video a little bit later on. Give to Jaden Terry up the middle, dicing through defenders over the 20, down to the 14-yard line. Minier on the stop. Good first down run from Jaden Terry. 1:22 and less to go in a fast-moving now second quarter of play. It's a gain of 8 to the 17-yard line. 2nd and 2 here for the Bulldogs. Ruff will break him out. 2 tight end T. Snap to Ruff. Turn and a give. Jaden Terry over right guard. Lowers the shoulder. Gets laid out, but he's going to be just far enough for the first down. We'll see the mark. Yep, he's got it. That'll move the chains. Terry needed 2. He got 2 to the 15-yard line. Good tough run there from the Bulldog sophomore. 1:03 and less to go. Clock running down here in the first half. Grandville 20, Grand Haven 14, and the Bulldogs have to start to work with a little bit of urgency right here. They gave Terry the 14-yard line on that mark. Back to the 2 tight end T. 5 on the front line for Grand Haven. Quick give, Kopko on some misdirection. He'll dive to the 10-yard line. So he got taken out from the knees right away by Dean Matson, and Coach Stiegel calls a timeout as the Bulldogs get up to around the 10-yard line. 43 seconds to go in the first half. We will stay with you, CT, as we welcome you back inside an alternate angle just off to my right that you can kind of see right there. Eric Kalin, the former owner of Michigan Game Net that we worked for before we took over a few years ago in his 103.5 WAWL station. But again, Chandler, a big moment right here. And the Bulldogs got to work with some urgency. I mean, they can't grind their way into the end zone the way they normally can do from the 9-yard line here, but scoring, going up 2 scores with Grand Haven getting the ball first to start the second half seems pretty big.
Yeah, it sure does. I think it's been an impressive drive to this point, getting themselves down inside the 10-yard line. You still have a timeout remaining that they can use here, so they can have a couple shots to try to run this thing in, or if they want to try to go to the play-action look, similar to maybe some of the play calls we've seen on the 2-point conversions. That's also an option here for the Bulldogs to try to add to their lead.
Grandville will break it on out of the huddle right here. 43 seconds to go, 20-14 their advantage. A 2nd down and 5 from the 9. Give to Kopko, lowers the head right into a pile, spins and falls for a couple yards up to about the 6-yard line. He's still short of the first down, and the clock will run him down under 30 seconds. Grandville working quickly. 3rd down and 5 from the 7-yard line. Turn, give on to Sadinsky. Breaking left, racing outside the numbers at the 5. Diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Easton Sadinsky. His 3rd of the night. What a run by the junior. And the Bulldogs make it 26-14.
Been an impressive night from Sadinsky. Again, another run, stretching it out to the left side. Gives a little bit of a hesitation, like he's going back to the middle of the field, enough to make that outside defender freeze, and then able to beat him to the corner of the end zone.
Heck of a run right there by the Bulldog Junior. Grandville will go for 2, trying to make it a 14-point lead. Ruff under center, two tight end T. Terry. Kopko to the right is Sadinsky. Defense crowding in here for the Buccaneers. Turning a give to Terry. Fake. Bootleg right to pass. Thrown to the end zone. Leaping grab. Sadinsky is good. He'll get all 8 points here. And the Bulldogs make it a 14-point lead. 28-14 Grandville with 19 seconds to go in the first half. We'll be right back here from Grand Haven.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back to Grand Haven. 3 for Easton Sadinsky in the first half, and I mean, probably the best performance we certainly, I think, have seen out of the Bulldog Junior, who continues to just get better here in his second season up on varsity running the football. Plunges into the end zone again. That's 4 touchdowns now on the season for Easton Sadinsky. Jake Karanen right to left. Ball on the tee. We'll get ready to send it away here for the Bulldogs. 19 seconds to go. Karanen right leg through the ball. Low driving kick taken at the 5-yard line by Karenstra. He has a return already. Shaken to the 20, and he's tackled by Rojas at the 19-yard line, who got just a piece of the toe to bring him down. And Grand Haven will start around their own 25-yard line. The mark is the 22. And here comes Xavier Rodriguez and company. 14 seconds on the clock. We know Andrew Biedenbender and company are pretty aggressive. Let's see if they try to stretch it down the field or if they take it down in the locker room, as Grand Haven will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think definitely going to have some playmakers that you can have some long plays down the field, but without a timeout here, backed up and just a little bit past where the touchback would have been on the return. Let's see how aggressive they want to get. You don't want to turn the football over here and find yourselves down even more.
They'll go 4 wide with trips to the left, out of the gun. Tailback Mattson to the right hip of Rodriguez. A clap and a low snap on the turf. He'll pick it up. He's slung down at the 20-yard line in the backfield by Emery Moody. 7 seconds and less on the clock. Grand Haven will let it run out. Both teams will run to their locker room, and that'll do it for the first half. 28-14, Grandville. The advantage over Grand Haven at the half, but the score alone doesn't quite tell the story, I don't think, Chandler, as we welcome you in to our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Like I said, the score is a 2-touchdown Grandville lead. The game certainly has not solely followed and show off what that score may say.
Yeah, it's been a big turnaround for the Bulldogs. They were down 14-6 late in the first quarter. Very strong second quarter to get the offense going, the defense getting some stops and some turnovers, turning things around, and a much better outlook for the Bulldogs at halftime.
All right, Grandville by 2 touchdowns, 28-14 at the break. We're going to step aside and be right back here on the Farmers Insurance halftime show.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
At Sporting U, we know the quality and service our customers are looking for, and we make sure we deliver. Whether it's uniforms, embroidered or screen-printed apparel, promotional products, or a company web store, Sporting U has an experienced team, phenomenal suppliers, and in-house production to make it all happen seamlessly. You think it, we ink it. Our team is here to help your team stand out. Find out more at sportingu.com. That's sporting and the letter U.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Michigan Hearing Expert.
Can you identify your #1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out. All right, welcome back to the Farmers Insurance halftime show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 28-14, Grandville the lead at the half. Some other scores around the OK Red. Of course, some of those games can be found on Michigan Sports Radio. Like 28-6, Rockford up over Jenison, and 14-0, a little bit closer game, Caledonia up over West Otto. So that's some of the other scores going on. I mean, no big-time matchups, I think, in terms of the OK Red, at least if that's what you're mostly interested in. I know a huge matchup in the OK Blue because the conference might honestly get decided tonight between Coopersville and West Catholic, which, of course, Chandler 2 weeks ago told us on the Tailgate Report podcast that conference is already over. So we'll see if it goes the way that you thought it might have.
I think we can wait to report on that score. I may have seen it. And
it didn't work out for you? Oh, that's crazy.
It's 14-7 Coopersville,
okay.
I have. So.
All right, well, listen, we haven't said anything. If you've ever tuned into the Tailgate Report, I'm not sure we've ever said anything right all year so far. We've talked a lot, and we haven't really said much right to this point in time. I will say, I mean, Jaden Terry has 7 rushing touchdowns, so we've made some big claims about him, and he certainly has followed that up in the early part of this year. Let's do a quick scoring recap here in the first half of this one. Things started interestingly, I think, to say the least, as Grand Haven has the opening kickoff. They, onside the opening kickoff, they get the football, and they steal not just the first possession, but the first points of the game, as Rodriguez had a 1-yard run, extra point. He also converted. Good, 7-0. Granville answered with Easton Sadinsky's first of the night. The 2-point conversion was fumbled, 7-6. And then Will Kerenstra on the ensuing kickoff goes 99 yards to the house. We just heard from next door. That is a new school record for kickoff returns for Grand Haven. Beats a 20-year-old record of 98 yards. So Will Kerenstra, the now longest kickoff return, and with the current MHSAA rules, I think the longest that you can go in terms of kickoffs in the history of Grand Haven football. Jaden Terry then down 14-6, answers for the Bulldogs on a 9-yard, a really, really good 9-yard run, breaking tackles, jumping over his own man into the end zone. 2-point conversion was incomplete on a lob to Connolly that he was unable to hang on to. 14-12 at the end of one. We then go to the second quarter where it was all Easton Sadinsky. He scored twice, once from 2 yards out, once from 7 yards out. Grandville got the 2-point conversion both times. That makes it 28-14. Grandville, Chandler now are key stats from the first half.
We'll start on the Grand Haven side. Rodriguez had 4 completions for 36 yards, also carried the ball 9 times for 10 yards. Also on the ground, Matson had 14. Robinson, the leading rusher, with 34. Receiving Beak had 17 yards, Krenstra 8, and Abraham with 11. For the Bulldogs, Jaden Terry led the way on the ground, 11 carries, 154 yards. Carson Kopko, 7 carries, 28 yards. Sadinsky with 10 carries, 58 yards. Cash Ruff had 1 rush for 7 yards.
All right, so again, we'll start to turn our attention about 7.5 minutes or so until we get the warm-up underway for the second half. Grandville 2-score lead. Remember, we're keeping our eye out here in the second half. Farmers Insurance play of the game. Centennial Security is the winning game plan play call of the game. Rainbow Grill presents our player of the game, and Car Center will present our hit of the game. We'll keep an eye out for all of those as Grandville Chandler will look to stretch this second half advantage now. We've seen them right the ship after a rough start. I think we're going to learn a lot about this Grandville team in the moments that are about to come, because if they are able to continue what we saw in that second quarter, good defense, even better offense, they'll right the ship. They'll feel a lot better about where they are. And having a game where you have to survive the early rough seas like they did against the Buccaneers, I think is always a good thing.
Yeah, I think definitely they probably weren't expecting it coming into this game, but it's definitely a test on the road here, your first one in the OK Red. You get knocked back a little bit right away and able to respond. The first quarter definitely not going to be a highlight reel necessarily looking back for the Bulldogs, but the way that they responded in the second quarter, very important. It's something they're going to try to carry over into the second half.
Yeah, for sure. Marching band still on the field for Grand Haven. We'll take one more quick break, be back for more analysis as we get ready for the second half of this one. 28-14 Grandville over Grand Haven at the break.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
MGN, here's the drive. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan Game Night, Tailgate Report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
To listen to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5 or your...
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight. So
That sucks. So that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
yeah, no, if I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay. All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio from Grand Haven. 28-14, Grandville the lead over Grand Haven at the break in this one. Had the marching band off to a little bit of an extended, it looks like, halftime show because now we have all the flag football kids. They are coming out of absolutely everywhere onto the field here at Gene Rothi Field. Like I said, a beautiful, beautiful night for football here. It's even started to cool down in the booth where it was about 112 degrees before kickoff for sure. But we've settled into a nice night, settled into a good night for the Grandville Bulldogs. We talked a little bit about him earlier. I want to talk specifically about Easton Sadinsky in the pass game, in the run game, getting the runs when they needed it, plus 3 touchdowns, plus the 2-point conversion. This has been the best game we've seen out of that young man so far as he continues to grow into a role. And, they needed someone to really step up this week. You know that teams are going to continue to really focus more and more on Jaden Terry. Easton Sadinsky's been the guy so far to help deliver that for the Bulldogs.
Very strong performance for Sadinsky to this point in the first half. Had a lot of strong rushes, and not necessarily big plays down the field either, but just very important situations, third and fourth, more third down tonight than fourth, but strong runs where he's picking up a solid 5 yards, 6 yards, able to move the chains when they need it. That's the type of play that the Bulldogs need out of their running backs, and knowing that you're going to have some tough runs sometimes, but a guy like that can put his head down, use a blend of speed and power, and be able to pick up some tough yardage when they really need it. It's something that last week they struggled with against a really solid defense, is getting those third and fourth down conversions, and to have a guy like that you can turn to, whether that's in short yardage situations or near the goal line when you're trying to punch it in the red zone as well, to have a guy like that you trust.
All right, we see some of the Bulldogs finding out they're doing kicking practice. Can we get maybe some of these flag football kids out to receive some of the kicks here from Karen? Remember also, MGN shop, if you like these hats that you see, that's the snapback. This is the dad cap. Those are both available on the MGN. This one in particular is really nice in terms of the kind of the quality I think it came. This one's fine too, depending on your style, but that one printed off really well as well. A little bit bigger logo on that one, so that and much more available there. We will shamelessly plug that all day long for sure. Mostly just because, and we've seen some orders come in, I can't wait to start seeing our own army of people down on the field wearing our merch on game night. That's going to be quite something. We're so appreciative. Of course, we always mention Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, but so appreciative of everyone's support. It's just skyrocketed, I think, the last year or so. I think we've gotten a little bit more interactive and tried to kind of get on social media. We've done more shows, done more things, trying to get everyone in. We're so appreciative of, first and foremost, the Grandville community and their support, but everyone else out there as well. So we're really excited about what's all potentially next for game night, and we certainly have got some great plans coming up. Grandville leading by 2 scores, 28-14 at the break. We're going to step aside one last time here on our Farmers Insurance halftime show. And when we come back, we'll get second half keys, and we'll get some football back underway. Grand Haven will be getting the ball, or will they? Maybe Coach Stiegel will answer in kind to start the second half. We'll be right back.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best. And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from. And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, wrapping up our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Both teams getting ready for the second half kick. Chandler, quickly, for Grand Haven, for Grandville, what are some of the second half keys we're looking at?
Yeah, I think for the Bulldogs, you're trying to string together a couple quarters here. You got a solid second quarter on defense. Add a second half to that, in which you're able to try to get some stops, whether that's 3 and out or just shorter drives for the Buccaneers, and then trying to get some turnovers as well, something they were able to do in the first half, getting an interception there. So I think trying to put some strong play and string together some really solid possessions for the defense. For the Buccaneers, I think offensively, they were able to capitalize on some shorter fields early on. They had some big special teams play. I think if they're going to get back in this game, it's going to take a few more of those. We'll see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeve. But offensively, they've got some playmakers. I think Chase Robinson had a couple strong runs. I think the slot / running back weapon for the Bucs, see what they're able to do to get him the football. And then Rodriguez, of course, is going to be a big part of that, running the football. I think see some more power runs from him in the second half.
Yeah, what is it? I saw the Atlanta Falcons have officially named Cordero Patterson as their starting joker, I think is the position. That's a little bit of what Robinson has kind of done for them in this one so far. So Grand Haven will be receiving the kick. That, of course, is a very dangerous proposition. Will Karenstra earlier in this game got what is the longest kickoff return in the long history of Grand Haven High School football, 99 yards. You, with the modern rules, unless an official lets you take it from further, can't go any further in MHSAA high school football. 12 fresh minutes on the board, right to left across your radio dial. Bulldogs get ready to send this one on away. The third quarter is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. Their doctors of audiology use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't have to miss a play. The Bulldogs will break it out around the sophomore Karanen. The deep man at the 5-yard line is Will Karenstra. He shades to his right side of the field, right to left across the radio dial. This one's in the air from Karen, and a short kick that bounces at the 20-yard line up to around the 11, taken by Karenstra. He'll angle over the 24 to the 25-yard line where a pile engulfs him, and that is where Grand Haven will start the first drive of the second half. 11:56 to go in this third quarter. And here comes Xavier Rodriguez and this Grand Haven offense, an offense, Chandler, that needs points, and they need them quick to try to get it back down right now to a one-score game, down 2 against the Bulldog T. Also, before we get this drive away, Family Fare Tailgate Special is fresh, all-natural, boneless, skinless chicken breast or chicken wings for only $2.47 a pound. Visit shopfamilyfare.com for all the specials. Xavier Rodriguez in the offense breaks it out, 11:56 on the third quarter clock. They go 3 wide receivers set from their own 25-yard line. Wing off the left side of the line. Snap to Rodriguez. He'll run it left side. Cuts over left guard. Gets slung down to the 26-yard line by Carson Kubzak for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Great job by Kubzak. He was on the other side of the field as the defensive end and hunted down the shifty junior quarterback.
Yeah, great pursuit there. Not giving up on the play, able to chase down Rodriguez. He was going to try to stretch that to the left side and ends up cutting it back, and then Kubzak able to make the tackle there. It's been Rodriguez has ran the ball 10 times, averaging just barely over a yard per carry. So the Bulldogs defense doing a pretty good job limiting the quarterback run game.
Yeah, he is such a slippery runner. They'll spread him 4 wide right here. Snap low at the waist of Rodriguez. Given in the backfield to Matson. There were a trio of Bulldogs all over him by the time he got the ball. Carson Kubzak was the first of them. And big number 62 with a big fist bump after a stop and a loss of a yard back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Matson just never able to get the football cleanly, and by the time he had it, the Bulldogs were there to wrap him up. He did not really take a step forward. He had the handoff out of the shotgun and immediately wrapped up. A couple strong run stops there from the Bulldogs.
3 wide receiver set. Tight end is Van Beek to the left side of the line. Snap to Rodriguez. Has some time now. He'll tuck it and he'll run over the 30. Diving down to the 34-yard line. He'll spin it on ahead. And he'll have enough for the first down on the tumble. Rodriguez, a shifty run right there against the spread-out defense will move the chains. 10:35 and less to go in the third quarter. 28-14 Grandville. First and 10, 35-yard line, Grand Haven.
And not a designed run from Rodriguez that time, but dropping back, sees the middle of the field open up, the edges of the defensive line over pursuing just a little bit, allowing him to step up and through the pocket, take off, and get just enough for the first down.
10:15 to go. Back to a 3 wide receiver set. H-back off the right side of the line. Bulldogs bring a 4 down front. Low snap to Rodriguez. He'll settle down, throws right side. Tumbling low throw to the 39-yard line. Caught on a dive by Robinson. It actually carried him back to the 38-yard line even. 9:58 to go in the third. 2nd and 7 right there. Rodriguez a little shaky on that throw. We've seen him under pressure, and we've seen some kind of fluttering passes out of the junior at times as the Bulldogs pass rush have gotten to him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that one may have been tipped at the line. It looked like,
I think it was.
I think Moody potentially on the side there might have got his finger up and deflected it just a little bit. Looked like it was deflected in the air, and Robinson had to try to come back and make that catch.
Becker, Moody off the edges. Kubzak and Jackson in the middle of the Bulldog defense here. Handoff to Matson. Got away from the first wave of tacklers in the backfield and dives to the 38-yard line, right back to the line of scrimmage. Garrett Naraki, the sophomore, in on the stop along with that entire Bulldog front line. Home gray uniforms, all steel gray with navy blue numbers and gold trimming for Grand Haven. The helmets are navy blue. Grandville, the traveling all whites with maroon numbers and the maroon helmet with a big block white G on either side and the 3 white stripes down the center for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 7 for Grand Haven from their own 38-yard line. 8:55 and less to go in the third quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns. They'll change out the unit right here as Alex Dixon comes on as a wide receiver. It's a 4 wide receiver set. Ball on the right hash mark. Trio receivers left. Robinson goes in motion across the line to the right. Rodriguez and Matson in the backfield, whistles down, and a timeout from the Grand Haven sideline. Coach Biedenbender didn't like how that was setting up, and he will be forced to whistle the play on down. 8:40 to go in the third quarter. Still the same score we opened the half with. 28-14 Grandville. We will be right back.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
And welcome back to Grand Haven. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber back with you. Grand Haven 3rd and 7 out of their timeout from their own 38-yard line. 8:40 to go in the third. They go 4 wide receivers set here for Xavier Rodriguez. The Bulldogs showing some pressure on the blitz. Here's a snap to Rodriguez, rolling back to pass. A pair of Bulldogs in his face. He'll tuck it down to the 30, race to the 35, gets tackled out of bounds late by Jackson into a pile of Bulldogs, players and coaches. That was Eric Stiegel. Stiegel went straight down. He was the one that took the hit right there from the Bulldogs as they shoved out the quarterback. Stiegel went tumbling hard on down. He's right back up to his feet. And it's 4th down, Grand Haven.
Wrong place at the wrong time there for head coach Eric Stiegel. I think he loves the effort, though, from Steven Jackson, chasing down, not giving up on the play, and delivering a hit along the sideline, but he's going to pay for that one a little bit. Got his feet taken out from underneath him.
I think KJ Landis almost got caught. Everyone making a decision on that play got taken down for the Bulldogs as they came charging on in for the stop. It's going to be 4th and 11 for Grand Haven. They are going to go for it. Rodriguez from the gun. Here's a clap and a snap. Back to pass the junior. Has some good protection. Throws over the middle. Caught at the 45-yard line by Robinson. Races over the 50 and gets sent out of bounds to the 45-yard line into plus territory by Avon Cott and Carson Kopko. Again, Robinson able to sneak free on the crossing pattern, and the slippery slop man moves the chains into Grandville territory.
Yeah, plenty of time in the backfield for Rodriguez to let that route develop, an in-breaking route down the field, able to get past the chains. Robinson just running across the middle of the field before Rodriguez finds him, and then able to turn it up for some extra yardage.
All right, OK Red opener continuing. By the way, in their OK Red opener, I saw Rockford's now up by essentially 40 over Jenison, so they continue their great start to the year. A little bit of trickeration, a pitch to Robinson in the backfield, lowered the shoulder, broke a tackle, speeds over the 45, down to the 40, and he will not quite move the chains, about 2 yards short. But again, Robinson, it takes 2 or 3 efforts to bring him down every single time. The Bulldogs having a big-time problem trying to slow down the Buccaneers slot receiver.
Very powerful runner, again in motion from right to left, gets the pitch with a bunch of speed headed that way already, and then a pretty solid form tackle from the edge of the Bulldogs defense, but Robinson just running through it.
From the 39-yard line, snap to Rodriguez, back to pass, clutches, fires deep left side, looking for the end zone, and just out of the outstretched grasp of Will Carenstra on the deep route. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Buccaneers here from the Grandville 39-yard lines. They take a shot at the streaking wide receiver Carenstra again.
Yeah, Carenstra had a shot at that one. It looked like he slowed up a little bit as he was getting quite a ways down the field, and for Rodriguez to try to make that throw, Rodriguez ends up getting it into the end zone, though, and Carenstra looked like might have gone through his hands. A tough catch as he was falling to the ground, though.
All right, so the Buccaneers taking their time, 3rd and 4. From the Grandville 39-yard line. By the way, thinking back, I think we have our Car Center hit of the game, and it's on the Bulldog head coach on the sideline, quite possibly, as he got wrapped up with his own players. Grandville changes their defensive line, and flags fly because there's a false start on the Buccaneers. They were bringing some motion at the same time. They jump early. That turns 3rd and 4 into 3rd and 9. Big mistake there from Coach Biedenbender's squad.
Yeah, again, Coach Landis pulling that out at the right time. We've seen him show some of that motion along the defensive line earlier in the game. The Bucs did not bite on it, but they're a 3rd and medium now backed up. A false start turns that into 3rd and longer. Gives the Bulldogs defense a chance here to try to get off the field.
From the Grandville 44-yard line now, left hash mark for the all-steel gray-clad Buccaneers. Xavier Rodriguez works from the gun. The tailback, Matson, is offset to his right hip out of a 3-wide receiver snap. Set. Low snap, settled down by Rodriguez, runs right, high pass on a leap, caught at the 36-yard line by Chase Robinson. I think he's going to be 1 yard short of the 1st down as he's sent down by Sanchez, but a great grab by Robinson, who is turning into quite the weapon in this game as they continue to find him.
Yeah, Robinson having some words, the defender there. Robinson had to go way up and ended up going straight to the ground, laying a little awkwardly, and then the hit coming after he was down.
Robinson will, Chandler, leave the field after that last play. It'll be 4th and 1 from the Grandville 36-yard line. 5:53 and less to go. The Buccaneers have taken over half the clock of this 3rd quarter already off as they'll break it out right here out of a power unit. Only 1 wide receiver, tight end to either side, wing back off the left side of the line. Rodriguez from the gun, defense crowds in. He'll run it left side. Rodriguez lowering the head, diving towards the 35-yard line. Second push has got the 34. That'll move the chains. A tough run from Rodriguez. He was stopped at the 36. He then was stopped again at the 35, but he pushes forward and moves the chains as the Bucs continue to try to find a way to get it back down to a 1-score game.
Rodriguez running to the left side, trying to go off tackle behind Vargo to that side. It ends up a smart run from him rather than trying to turn that to the outside and turn it into a foot race. Puts his hand on his tackle's back, able to push forward just enough.
Louis Vargo, the sophomore, the guy filling in for Ziska at that left tackle position, and a big sophomore at that. 1st and 10, Grandville 34. They'll spread him 4 wide. Grandville shifts the defensive line to a 3-man front. Drop Rodriguez, looking to pass, throws deep, right side, got his man at the goal line, but overthrows him. Carenstra had a foot of separation, past Newville, unable to make the diving grab, just overthrown. 2nd and 10 as the Bucs nearly convert on another deep shot.
Yeah, they've had a couple opportunities, Rodriguez and Carenstra, right near the goal line both times, but unable to come up with a completion on either one. That one thrown a little bit to the outside shoulder of Carenstra, but probably still catchable. It would have been a difficult adjustment as Carenstra trying to turn his head around. He's looking back to the left, would have had to go over the shoulder to the right.
Buccaneers changing their unit on and off right here. 28-14 is the Grand Haven lead. or the Grandville lead. Grand Haven driving up to the Bulldog 34-yard line. Rodriguez motions Robinson, fakes it to him. He'll carry left side. Rodriguez breaking off one tackle, and then Naraki, who nearly had him the first time, able to make a second lunge and twist Rodriguez back down to the 35-yard line for a loss of a yard. It's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Naraki able to wrap him up. Rodriguez made that jump cut, trying to make him miss, but Naraki not giving up on it. Allows the rest of the defense there to come and help him wrap that tackle up, and on 2nd down, able to drop him for a loss. Now 3rd and long once again.
This Grandville linebacking core is exciting for the future. They're a junior in the middle with Graverson, 2 sophomores to his outside. You know they're going to get bigger. You know they're going to get even better at ranging the field and playing linebacker, and we're week over week seeing some of the growth. It'll be a 3 wide receiver set with 2 right, single man to the left. From the gun, Rodriguez, snap at the waist, drop to pass, pressure coming, he'll evade it and tuck it down, jumping past the defender, over the 35, backing past the first down marker to the 31, Kubzak the tackle from behind, first down Xavier Rodriguez, as Naraki is slow to get up at the base of the pile, as he got a little roughed up and is a little slow back to his feet, and Naraki will run off right here, kind of nursing the right arm and shoulder a little bit.
Yeah, Naraki trying to deliver a hit in the open field. Rodriguez turning that drop back into another run. And in the middle of the field, Naraki lowering the shoulder and going to pay for that one a little bit. We'll see. He's going to miss a play here at least. But now a big 4th down once again. 4th and medium for the Bucks.
It'll be 4th and 6 from the 30-yard line. 3:20 to go. Snap to Rodriguez at the chest. Drop to pass. Clutches. Has some time. Now the pocket collapses. Evades a diving Bulldog defender. Throws off the back foot. Leaping grab made at the 10-yard line. It's Robinson. Somehow high-pointing the ball. Grandville wants a push-off defensively or offensively, but that'll move the chains. Again, Chase Robinson doing it all for the Buccaneers down the field.
Yeah, Rodriguez was in some serious trouble in the backfield. Tried to move around in the pocket, eventually had to just loft it up there. Saw Robinson down the field, the coverage pretty close. Did look like Robinson, a pretty clear push in the back as he went up for that one, but no call, and the Grandville fans not overly happy.
1st and 10 from the 11, whistles down all over the place and a false start on the snap for Grand Haven. 2:51 to go, 3rd quarter. The Buccaneers are truly working on taking 12 minutes off the clock on this drive. It's looked like a Grandville drive for the Buccaneers so far in this one. There has been one timeout burned, but besides that, we have had no stoppages down the field. Right here, a couple drop passes, but we've just been rolling on down. So now it turns into 1st and 15 for the Buccaneers from the Grandville 16-yard line. 2:40 to go and less in the 3rd quarter. 2-score lead for the Bulldogs. Snap to Rodriguez. Drop to pass. Throws in the middle. Caught by Robinson. Rumbling over the 10. Diving for the end zone. Waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Grand Haven. Rodriguez to Robinson. Robinson rumbles into the end zone. Coach Stiegel not overly happy on the sideline at the end of that play. I think part of it is I think Grandville's first reaction was he was not into the end zone, but able to get the push in, and Chase Robinson makes it a 1-touchdown game. The snap is rolled to Barry, the backup quarterback who's holding. He's forced to throw it on ahead. Grandville engulfs that play, and the extra point is no good. 28-20. Grandville stays up 8, and the Bulldogs get their first chance of the second half to get their offense on the field right after this.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is we are Royal.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Kroll Furnace is upgrading your comfort with the Daikin Fit system, featuring adaptive heating and cooling. Call us today to learn more about this innovative system. Kroll Furnace, keeping you comfortable for 4 generations.
Welcome back to Grand Haven. The Buccaneers take nearly 10 minutes off the clock to open the third quarter, and they score with a strike to Chase Robinson, who is their do-it-all man on that drive, and they have found their way within 8 points. No good on the extra point. Xavier Rodriguez marks his unit out. Grandville, their deepest return men are as far as the 20. One is Jaden Terry. Rodriguez will go to the pooch kick. Bouncing on to the 30, taken on the leap by Miguel Rojas to the 35-yard line, spinning off the first tackler, lowering the shoulder over the 40, and driving the pile to the 43, and a late penalty flag comes out as well after the play was down. We'll have to see which side this one's going to be on.
Yeah, but the flag thrown by the official behind the return. We'll see if maybe a late block in the back there.
That appears to be what it is. Chandler Good call on that. So a late block in the back, flag is thrown, and good field position around the 40 will push Grandville further back onto their own side. They will begin at their own 33-yard line right here. 2:25 to go in the third quarter, and for the first time in this half, we get to see the Grandville offense is kind of reversed a little bit of their own game brought up against them, even though Grand Haven was throwing the ball. They just went ahead and converted 3 or 4 fourth downs on that last drive to make it happen. From their own 33, the Bulldogs will work it out of the 2 tight end tee. Defense will crowd in here with a late arriving man for the Buccaneers with 5 on the front line. A give to Kopko. Stutters in the backfield. Bursts down a 40-yard line. Good, tough carry for 7 or 8 yards there by Carson Kopko to push it on ahead. He'll get the 40. He'll get 7 yards into the pile.
Yeah, good run to set the tone. Your first carry of the second half. Kopko able to pick up 7 yards there, and Bulldogs offense now, after being on the bench for quite a while, in the halftime and 10-plus minutes of game time, trying to find a little bit of a rhythm once again.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third. 2nd and 3 from their own 40. Bulldogs lead by 8. Snap to Ruff. Give up the middle to Kopko. He was stopped, spun off the first wave of tacklers, and then shut down by a trio of Buccaneer defenders and more. There's a helmet off at the end of that play. I think it's Kopko's helmet. Forward progress, I think, will get him back to the line of scrimmage. We're waiting to see if Kopko's going to have to leave the field right here, and he will. Miguel Rojas will come on in his place after that helmet. Nope. Apparently the official is going to maybe let Kopko stay out there. That's what the confusion is right now. Rojas is running on to have to come in. And now an official timeout to get this sorted at the end of the play. So they will discuss things a little bit further. I mean, it's pretty clear if someone's helmet comes off in a play, it just is maybe when it came off and how it came off and what Kopko is claiming about that. But Rojas is potentially ready to come in his place. It'll be a 3rd and 4 for Grandville from their own 40-yard line. They lead 28-20. With 1:14 to go in the third quarter. Both teams may literally just get one drive in the second half, the way things are setting up right now. And the Bulldogs will break it out. Kopko will get to stay in the middle of things here out of the 2 tight end tee. Medeus, Connolly, the tight ends. Ruff under center. 5 on the front line for the Buccaneers. They show some extra pressure. Turn and a give on to Sadinsky. 2 hands on the ball. He's got the first. He's cut down over the 45 and tumbles to the 47, 48-yard line. Abraham lowered the shoulder down to the knees to make the stop, but a tumbling Sadinsky moves the chains again for the Bulldogs. They give him on the roll, the 48.
Another big 3rd down conversion, and who's running the football, but Sadinsky able to, once again, over the left side, have quite a bit of speed as he turned the corner, able to get to the second wave of the Buccaneers defense before they hit him.
Under 50 seconds to go in the third. Give to Jaden Terry, the right side. He's got it over the 50, outside the numbers, breaking a tackle to the 45 and dives down to the 43-yard line, out of bounds into the Grand Haven bench. Good run by Terry. 37 seconds now on the clock. 28-20 Grandville. They move it into Grand Haven territory past the 45 to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and a long one right here for the Bulldogs. Ruff in from the sideline. 37 seconds. Clock stop. 3rd quarter. Bulldogs senior will break them out. Dahan the center. Straddles over the football. Under center goes Ruff. 2 tight end tee for the 2nd and 1 play. Ruff will turn. It's a give up the middle to Kopko. The big hole opens on the trap. He's all alone. 15 yards of separation. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Carson Kopko. And finally, the Bulldogs break open a misdirection trap TD.
Yeah, we wondered if Carson Kopko maybe going to have one of those long touchdown runs here tonight. Finally, late in the third quarter, the fullback trap opens up, middle of the field, wide open alley for Kopko to run through. He was in the clear pretty early there, and a long touchdown. Quick response from the Bulldogs after an impressive drive from Grand Haven.
Remains the most beautiful play, I think, in the Grandville playbook. The Bulldogs are going to look to add the extra point right here and try to make it a 15-point lead. Karanen, the sophomore, to kick. Newville, the junior, to hold. Snap down, right leg through the football. That one tumbles through the uprights. Good. Boy, the sophomore kicker, Karanen, looking very good early for the Bulldogs in his first couple games of the season. 35-20, Grandville up 15 now with 30 seconds to go. A quick answer from the Bulldogs after Grand Haven took their time to march down the field. Last time, we will be right back here from Grand Haven.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back to Grand Haven. Carson Kopko, first touchdown of the year for the Bulldog. Senior fullback on the trap play has put the Dogs back up 2 scores with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Jake Karanen, the sophomore who just added the extra point, right to left across the radio dial, sends it away. Low driving kick outside the numbers at the 15-yard line will bounce past Will Kerenstra as he kind of misread the bounce. Rolls into the end zone. Grand Haven starts at their own 20-yard line. So 30 seconds on the clock. Grand Haven now down 2 scores again. That was a great drive last time as they were able to take up so much time, but they're going to have to work a little bit quicker now for the rest of this one as they again trail by 2 scores after it's the T offense. So let's just set up what just happened. The spread offense that threw the ball almost more than half of that drive just took 10 minutes to drive, and then the T just took a minute and a half to drive the field and score on their end. It's a little backwards, but it still kind of worked out how we expected. But Grand Haven, long story short, got to go quick.
Yeah, definitely a role reversal there, but still a quarter plus to work with, so don't need to go at hyper speed yet here for the Grand Haven offense, but definitely at some point the clock going to start working against you. Down 2 scores, got a long ways to go the length of the field once again. Going to have to try to replicate that previous drive, but maybe do so a little quicker.
Garrett Naraki back out there as outside backer in nickel corner. Robinson goes in motion across the line. They give it to him on the jet sweep. He'll turn it up at the 20-yard line. Outside the numbers, breaking tackles and walking his way out of bounds to the 24-yard line. He is becoming one of the more explosive players we've seen in a while. Shifty, so good in the open field. He's the kind of guy, as he gets to the 25-yard line in a gain of 5 officially, he's the kind of guy that has given this Grandville secondary the last couple years, an undersized Grandville secondary, some fits from time to time.
Yeah, definitely can be a tough matchup, especially when they get him involved multiple ways.
All right, Grand Haven breaks out a 4-wide receiver set, unable to snap the ball before the quarter comes to a close, and we're through 3, just 12 minutes to go, 35-20. Grandville a 2-score lead over Grand Haven. We'll be right back here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University.
Welcome back back to Grand Haven. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. The Buccaneers 2nd and 5 as we start the fourth quarter at their own 25-yard line. Rodriguez throwing right side to the 35-yard line. Diving grab made by Will Carenstra. Will move the chains as he was able to curl back away from the Grandville defense and come up with a chain-moving grab to the 32-yard line right here. 11:42 and less to go. Buccaneers trail by 15, and they're working here in the home steel gray uniforms. Xavier Rodriguez, the junior quarterback, has a passing and a rushing touchdown in this game. He'll work from the shotgun. A 4-wide receiver set. Fake give to Matson. Throws left flat. Caught 29-yard line on the screen by Robinson, who shook away from one man but got no further than the 32-yard line, where Naraki grabbed onto his shoes and didn't let him go. So a short gain of 1 and a 2nd and 9 here for the Buccaneers as finally Grandville gets a little bit of a stop on Robinson.
Yeah, trying to quick throw the ball out, get Robinson the ball in space and let him try to make a man miss, but Naraki, strong open field tackle, able to wrap him up. Haven't seen the first defender be able to bring him down very often, but a good tackle there.
2nd and 9 from the 33. 4-receiver set. Bulldogs changed the front line. They were trying to get the offense to jump early. Snap to Robinson. He'll tuck and look to run. He'll tuck the ball down on the curl to the 30-yard line. Got tripped up there and loses a trio of yards. I think it was off the edge. Naraki. That was able to get there from outside backer. It was also backer on that side helping create some pressure, but it was Naraki that made the actual stop. It'll be 3rd and 12 back to the 20-yard line.
Rodriguez, again, trying to turn it back up the field, make that jump cut. We've seen him use multiple times, but very good job again in the open field, able to bring him down.
Rodriguez from the shotgun. 3-receiver set with 2 to the right, tight end off the line. Tailback is Matson, clapping a low snap to Rodriguez. Drop to pass, here comes the pressure. He'll tuck it down he goes. Carson Kubzak able to get into the backfield, push one of the Buccaneer offensive linemen into the quarterback, wrestle down Rodriguez. It's 4th and long. What a play by Kubzak again. He has been terrific in the second half for the Bulldog D.
Bulldogs showing pressure on 3rd and long. They bring multiple guys right up the middle, try to rush that offensive line and able to get home. Rodriguez stepping free and Kubzak right there to bring him down and wrap him up.
It is 4th and 19, where Grand Haven has been absolutely magical on 4th and longs in the second half so far to keep drives alive. They trail 35-20, and they're backed up to nearly 4th and 20 from their own 23-yard line. 9:24 to go in the fourth. Grandville shifting up the defense. It's a 5-wide receiver set, empty backfield for Rodriguez. Drop to pass, clutches, pressure coming, stays on his feet, evades Haney, evades another man in the backfield, and eventually he's finally brought down and sacked in the backfield around the 20. A host of Bulldogs around him. I think it was Graverson that finally got him. Rodriguez makes some magic, but down he goes. Back-to-back sacks, and Grandville gets the football up around the red zone.
Yeah, you love to see it for the Bulldogs defense. 3rd and long, then 4th and long. Both obvious passing situations, bringing some pressure and able to get into the backfield. Rodriguez desperately wanted to just throw that ball anywhere, give his receivers a chance, but never had the time. Multiple Bulldogs kind of individually able to provide pressure.
Grandville starts at the 20. They can go up 3 scores right here. Under center goes Cash Ruff, taking his time. Snap to the senior. Give to Jaden Terry, right side, and trying to slip over right tackle. Gets brought down by the waist by Minier for a gain of 5 as he was still able to fall ahead to the 15-yard line. Good run right there by Jaden. He just hits the hole with so much speed that he manages to turn what looks like maybe a gain of nothing into a gain of 5-6 yards a lot of time because there's just so much speed when he does eventually hit that defense. Bulldogs will break it out here relatively quickly. 2nd and 5 from the 15-yard line. Cash Ruff under center. Snap to the Bulldogs senior. Give to Jaden Terry. Over right guard, trying to turn it upfield. He'll drive a defender with him down to the 10-yard line. Riding with him there was the outside backer, Sam Ladronka, the junior. But again, Terry able to move the chains with a good, tough run down to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, just a couple of strong runs, exactly what the Bulldogs need. Eat up some clock here as much as they can. Only had 20 or so yards to go here, but some strong runs, move the chains. Now you got yourself in a goal-to-go situation.
Ruff and the Bulldogs break it out. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. 8:05 to go, fourth quarter. 35-20 Grandville. Defense crowding in. Give to Terry up the middle. He'll fall right over the line of scrimmage. Ladronka making the final stab at him defensively. It's a gain of 1, maybe 2. It'll be 1 officially to the 8-yard line, and a 2nd and 8 here for the Bulldogs. The dive play goes nowhere to Jaden. .35 and less to go. Clock winding, 4th quarter. Grandville by 15. They will break it out of the 2 tight end tee. To the right is the tight end Connolly. To the left is Big Mike Medeois. Under center goes Cash Ruff. Snap to Ruff. Give to Terry. He'll run it right side. Has blockers. Cuts it up at the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Terry. Terry and again in a 3-score lead for the Bulldogs. 7:20 to go. 41-20. And the Bulldogs just about put it away with that one.
Bulldogs determined to get Terry a touchdown there. Multiple carries back to back to back. Fighting hard, getting a couple chunks of 5, and then eventually running it in from 7. Short field for the Bulldogs offense, but able to move right away and score.
Jaden now has 8 touchdowns for the sophomore within 3 weeks. Shout out to whoever in their preseason podcast called him the West Michigan preseason player of the year, because it's looking pretty good. Here's the right leg through the ball for Jake Karanen, and the sophomore is good on that one as well. 42-20 Grandville. We'll be right back here from Grand Haven.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
All right, welcome back to Gene Rothi Field. Nate Dreyer with Chandler Timmer, game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 7:20 to go. Jaden Terry, the 8th touchdown of the season for the sophomore. Now fellow sophomore Jake Karen will get ready to boot this one away left to right across your radio dial. Will Kerenstra backs to his own 10-yard line to bring it back for to the Bucks. Right leg through the ball for Karen. Low driver, bounces at the 30-yard line, rolls to the 6, where it's taken outside the numbers by Kerenstra. Stutter step over the 20, right sideline, breaking a tackle past the 30 to the 31-yard line. Trio of Bulldogs, including Moody and Cott, shove them out of bounds there. It'll be a 32-yard line starting position for the Buccaneers, and a little bit of a scrum at the end of the play as well. And I think Jackson Sanchez wanted to get a couple more words in before he left the scrum on the Grand Haven side. He's clapping on his way off. He made his point known at a pick earlier in the game. Helped make the stop right there. And here comes the Grand Haven offense from their own 31 will now be the mark. 1st and 10, 7:11 to go, 42-20. And the Bucs taking their time to break it out from around Coach Biedenbender right here. Now the mark's going to be the 30. Far side official first marked the 32, then we marked the 31. Now we'll mark the 30. That is where we'll start. 1st and 10 from their own 30 here for the Buccaneers. Ball on the right hash mark, and Xavier Rodriguez and company get ready to go to work. Out of a 3-wide receiver set, tight end. Off the left side of the line. Low snap and a give to Matson, and he's slung down in the backfield. Absolutely nowhere to go. It's Daniel Wiley, the sophomore, on the stop right there. Wiley, such an impressive player. As a sophomore, he found his way into this starting lineup, which already, on the offensive side of the ball, has too many offensive linemen to begin with. He found his way in there, makes a really nice wrapping up tackle for a loss of 3 right here.
Yeah, the Bucs have had some trouble just running the ball straight out of the shotgun there with their running back and Matson. It's been an impressive job by the Bulldogs defense to shut that down.
Chest high snap to Rodriguez with some time. Now he'll be forced to tuck it, and he'll roll right. Hard pass thrown. 39-yard line, caught by Kerenstra. Did he tap the toes in bounds? I believe he did, and there was some fighting after. Ethan Newville got shoved out of the pile by Carson Kubzak as both teams continue to shout back and forth at each other. Coach Stiegel not thrilled with his defense, and the officials are going to talk about this because it's going to be right around the first down marker, but it looked like Kerenstra had potentially been pushed out of bounds on the grab, but it looks like the ruling's going to be he just got that toe down. There's going to be a penalty, though, on Grand Haven. So whatever happened, it looks like there may have been some unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike on Grand Haven at the end of the play. That's part of the shoving match that took place, and that's a big loss for the Buccaneers right there. It looked like they had the first down. Instead, this one's coming back to past where they were before, inside the 25-yard line to the 24 for 2nd and 13.
Yeah, things have been escalating a little bit for a while now. There's been some hits along both sidelines delivered by both teams that has led to some talking. Really, things hadn't gone much further than that, but late in this one, now approaching the end of the fourth quarter, some more words being exchanged along either sideline doesn't usually help.
Coach Stiegel was coming in to say a word. Coach Stiegel's lost his signature ball cap this year. That's the number one thing that I've noticed. Can I sell him a Michigan game night hat from the MGN shop? It doesn't stop, folks. It doesn't stop. 6:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Clock will wind. Now they're going to get it set. So it should be 3rd and 16 because it's personal foul. So it should have been lost it down. So it will be 3rd and 16 for Grand Haven from their own 24-yard line. 42-20, the Grandville lead. The Bulldogs with a 3-score lead. Certainly not the way this one felt like it was going in the first quarter, but a pretty resilient bounce back for the Bulldogs down the stretch in this one. Now Coach Biedenbender talking with the official. I think we're going to wind up having to put some time back on the clock at the end of all this. There's some discussion of what the down should be. There's one official or one coach on the Grand Haven sideline being restrained a little bit and walked back to his sideline out of a little bit of anger. The clock now has stopped at 5:54. Now we're going to wind the clock again. Now we're going to blow it dead. And now we've got a timeout called by the Grand Haven sideline, and we are going to take it all in and figure out what just happened. 5:49 to go, and a 3rd and very long coming up for the Buccaneers. They trail by 22. We will be right back.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts.
Grand Haven running a play quick out of the timeout right there. Rolling to the right, Rodriguez slung down and sacked in the backfield back to the 20-yard line by Daniel Wiley. It'll be 4th and 19 from the 21-yard line. Another big play from Wiley. Sophomore looking really, really good right now for the Bulldogs, helping get to the quarterback. Grand Haven spreads them 3 wide, low snap. They're going to punt it away here with Rodriguez. He took one step backward, got a really nice boot on this one. Grandville was up playing it defensively. Avencott races back onto the football and falls on a good roller down to the 23-yard line. All things considered, that was a great punt. Great punt by Rodriguez. He picked it off the turf while he was still backing up, barely got a foot on it, got a good roll, and pins Grandville within their own 25-yard line. But the Bulldogs will go to work. 5:04 to go. They lead 42-20. And I think a game that was a little bit sloppy. I'm looking forward to, we're planning on starting our Captain's Corner segment, talking to one of the Bulldogs captains next week. I'll be curious to talk to them because I don't think they're fully happy with necessarily how this one went, but still, to be able to take some of the sloppy start and turn into a pretty comfortable win at the end, I think they have to feel pretty darn good about on the whole. Cash Ruffler on the offense, they are in a double wing with a split-out tight end. Hand off to Jaden Terry. Breaks outside at the 25-yard line. He's got the 30 and is wrestled out of bounds to the 32. A late hit from Minier that drove him out of bounds. So that was a double wing, a flex bone formation with a split-out tight end to the right, and the deep back was Jaden Terry, who is coming up limping after the play a little bit as he got blowed out of bounds to into the Bulldog bench. He'll go and take a seat, and Reed Graverson will come back. Hopefully not the same thing that Jaden dealt with last week a little bit, but Coach Stiegel getting a little inventive on the offense right there. It is actually going to be 2nd and 1 from the 31 Yard line will be the mark right here. 4.5 and less to go as the Bulldogs letting the clock run on down. They're going no tailback, double wing, 2 tight ends to the left side. Sweep play on to Kopko, breaking into the open field at the 45. He's got the 50 and gets wrestled out of bounds to the Grand Haven 46-yard line. So this is year 6, 7 for us doing Grandville football. We've seen the double wing. We've seen the single wing. We have not seen, Jaden was out, so they went no fullback, double wing with 2 split out tight ends to the left. Never have seen that out of Coach Stiegel, and the play works pretty well. So they're digging deep into the playbook and making everyone else in the conference look at some different things on film right here.
Yeah, definitely an opportunity late in this game to show a couple different looks. That is very unique. Coach Stiegel always has something he's working on, some tricks up his sleeve, different formations that he's going to throw at you.
They're going double wing again. This is a flex bone formation, split out tight end to the right side. Give on the sweep play to Carson Kopko, blown up in the backfield by Chase Robinson. At the line of scrimmage will be the mark. They'll give him the 46-yard line, falling on ahead. So that was just a traditional flex bone sweep across the line right there. I kind of like it right now from Coach Stiegel, breaking out some different things in the offense, going into the Army-Navy playbook a little bit right now for some of his offensive play calls. I want to see Cash Ruff run the triple option. If I don't see a triple option on one of these next couple plays, I'm not going to be happy. It will actually be a loss. Mark back to the 47-yard line right now for the Bulldogs. And Ruff will break him on out. Grandville going back to the double wing right here. Again, it's a double wing or flex bone formation with tailbacks off either wing. Split out receiver to the right is Connolly. Handoff up the middle. Jaden Terry breaking a tackle over the 40. Going left to the 30. Outside the numbers to the 25-yard line where he'll get slung out of bounds by Karenstra. Good run from Jaden Terry up the middle. As right now the Bulldogs moving very well out of the flex bone. I love this formation, and I love the way the offense is looking with it.
Yeah, definitely the Grand Haven defense taking some time to get adjusted to this. I don't think they expected to see it, and really neither did we at this point. But the Bulldogs getting some big chunk plays. That run putting Jaden Terry over 200 yards.
Randy Vanderveen, defensive coordinator at Rockford. Everyone on the Caledonia staff, I'm sure, going to be forced to take a little bit of a look at this. Terry to the sideline. The deep back now out of the double wing is Graverson. Bulldogs show a bunch of motion. They went to a wing bone formation as they motioned Kopko, gave it to Kopko, and he'll take it up to the 26-yard line. If you don't know what the wing bone is, it's essentially kind of, actually, it works for this offense at least as kind of a wing T, as they have what's the traditional wishbone formation with the single wing still off to the other side. That's how they motion things there. So Coach Stiegel has run the T. He has run the flex bone. He has run a no fullback flex bone, and now he runs the wing bone on this on this drive as they are up to the 27-yard line with a 2nd and 9. And he's making me go deep into my vocabulary to describe the formations for everyone.
I wonder if deep down Coach Stiegel is doing this just for you. He knows,
I hope so.
He knows
I think
you're going crazy on the inside.
Oh, here's a T. 2 tight end T. Enough of the fun. Cash Ruff steps under center. Give to Rojas on the trap play up the middle. He'll trip over the 20 down to the 18-yard line with 2 minutes and less to go. As Grandville continues to change out their unit a little bit right here and get some of the next level of running backs. I see Junie Figueroa finding his way on the field here for Easton Sadinsky. They'll change out some of the linemen as well right here. And Cash Ruff will also see the end of his night. Ethan Newville will now get ready to run the Grandville offense. 2 minutes and less to go. I think there's a chance right here Grandville's going to take the clock down and then possibly call a timeout before they get their offense set with this whole second unit to come out on to the field. Coach Stiegel talking to one of the officials, getting things set as we take under 1:45 to go. Newville's still on the sideline. His offense is huddled up around the ball waiting for him, but he's on the sideline, and that seems to be exactly what Grandville's doing. They will call the timeout right as the clock hits 1:36, 42-20. The Bulldogs will return to their sideline. Some boos from the Grand Haven side, but Chandler, we'll stick with you here through this timeout. Again, we're coming up on our Centennial Securities post-game show. Have a lot to break down there, but game was a little chippy down the stretch, and I don't know if there's a little bit of a statement being made by Coach Stiegel here also at the end to some extent. I think you have a very aggressive young coaching staff on the other side and maybe making a bit of a statement, but also making a statement again. that's the most insane, diverse drive we've seen Grandville again. 2018 since we've been here with MGN, and we've been calling Grandville for most of those weeks within that, and we've seen a lot of the double wing. The 2020 season in particular, they ran a lot of double wing, flex bone stuff. We saw single wing last year. We haven't quite seen anything like that drive with the amount of motion. I mean, that was a deep playbook. They just showed off in different things. And, I mean, the rest of the conference, Chandler, is they'll find their way out onto the field. We'll call the action talk at the same time. But the rest of the conference is definitely going to have to take a little bit of a note as it is turned on here from Newville and given up the left side to the 11-yard line. On the carry is one of the Bulldog JV call-ups onto this roster for this contest, who is not listed on the roster. So we'll continue on right here. 1:13 to go as the Bulldogs going to the JV unit and the backup unit in the backfield, 107 less. But like I said, Chandler, at minimum, this last drive of anything in this game, I think it's going to creates a lot of talking points this game, but especially this last drive is kind of interesting. Some of the talking points of what these other teams in the OK Red are going to have to think about. Under center goes Newville, though. Give it to number 12, again, that JV call-up for the Bulldogs, and he'll stutter over the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Bulldogs will have to run one more play right here, 42-20, but I'll finally let you answer the question that I was talking about in terms of the rest of the conference looking at this.
Yeah, I think making use of every minute of the game time, Coach Stiegel, if nothing else, showing how diverse the playbook can be and the different formations that he has, making the other teams respect that. I think for a while we've wondered if that's something that the offense is moving towards or if that's just a wrinkle they throw in, and I think definitely something just to keep the opposing team off balance, but the way they executed it there could be part of the game plan moving forward.
All right, they run it down to the 5-yard line, and the Bulldogs will start to pile up at center field for the handshake line, the high five line. Coach Stiegel telling his guys to hold back a little bit. He wants a word with head coach Andrew Biedenbender at center field. Both teams will meet up. That will do it. An eventful night of football. 42-20. The final here in this one is the two coaching staffs will meet ahead at center field right here at the end of this contest. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is the Centennial Securities postgame show, 42-20. Not quite fully the score we were expecting. I'm keeping an eye, by the way, on this handshake line a little bit just in case. I mean, these two teams are not happy with each other by the end of the contest. But, I mean, just first thoughts, Chandler, break down some of what we saw.
Yeah, I think a strong response from the Bulldogs on the whole. It started off pretty rough. They took the opening punch from the Buccaneers right away with the onside kick and took about a quarter to recover from that, but eventually did so, right the ship a little bit, and the last 3 quarters I think got back to a little bit more what they want to be the rest of the way.
All right, we got a lot to get to. We're going to have scoring recap on the other side of this in the Centennial Securities postgame show. We'll have plenty of awards to hand out as well. Grandville, 2-1 on the year. Grand Haven falls to 1-2. We will be back to break it all down right on the other side of this.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit bowlingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best. And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. This is the Centennial Securities post-game show. 42-20, Grandville over Grand Haven, the final. This one a while back in fourth game. Let's first get to the scoring recap. We'll get to some stats. We'll get to you some awards as well. So again, Grandville had 28-14 at the break. Not much scoring in the second half because Grand Haven took nearly the entire third quarter. They marched down the field in nearly 10 minutes. It was 9.5 minutes. Rodriguez finds Robinson on a 16-yard grab for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion, no good on a fumbled snap, and it was 28-20 Grandville. Then Grandville quickly answering. 2 minutes later, Carson Kopko, a 43-yard trap run. Extra point good. Grandville leads by 15, and then only one score in the fourth quarter. It was Jaden Terry at about the halfway point of the fourth quarter with a 7-yard touchdown run. His second of the night, extra point good, 42-20. Final score, Chandler, some stats.
All right, we'll start with the Buccaneers. Quarterback Rodriguez finished with 110 passing yards, most of which came in the second half. On the ground, he was bottled up for the most part. Only had 7 rushing yards by the time you factor in some of those sacks late in the game, but for the most part was not effective on the ground. Bulldogs keeping him in check there. Matson had only 10 rushing yards as well. Leading rusher was Robinson. He had 45. In receiving stats, Van Beek had 1 catch for 17. Kerenstra had 15 yards, Abram 11, and Robinson again leading the way with 67.
All right, game technically over, so we can show a little bit of the on-the-field scrum, and we'll also break it back in because we have some awards. Had to wait for the camera to come around. We do have some awards, and let's start with our Farmers Insurance play of the game. It actually goes to the team that wound up falling today, and it goes to Will Kerenstra, 99-yard kickoff return, the longest kickoff return in the history of Grand Haven football, and it was a very, very impressive one at that.
Yeah, it was a big play at the time. It extended the lead for the Buccaneers. They needed some special teams plays in order to keep the game close in the first half. Got the onside kick, but that kick return going 99, setting the school record here at Grand Haven. Down the sideline, breaking a couple tackles. Was a big play for Grand Haven in the game.
All right, on to our Centennial Securities winning game plan of the game. Normally, this is going to be a play call sort of thing, an individual play call, which, of course, you could go to head coach Biedenbender for Grand Haven, going to the onside kick to open the ball game. Let's take it literally if we're calling it the winning game plan of the game. Of course, remember that Centennial Securities offers the investments and advice for your best financial game plan. And, I mean, for Coach Stiegel, down the stretch, if we're talking about game planning future games, I mean, on the drive that mattered the least in terms of this game, it was already put away for the Bulldogs. He broke out every single trick in the book and definitely shook things up a little bit in terms of what some other teams may have to look at. You know, how much of it is a diversion, how much do teams look at it. But the one thing we just learned, with the amount of motion, with the amount of different plays and different formations, this is something this team has worked on a fair amount. Like, it isn't just they've installed a single double wing formation and maybe a split out, guy. This is a pretty deep flex bone and wing bone, essentially wing T also offense that they have in their back pocket.
Yeah, I think definitely something that can diversify their offense a little bit when you start to look down the road at some of the opponents that they're going to have, and you need to kind of mix things up, throw some different looks out there. That's something that takes some time. That's not something they just throw out there right away and, hey, let's try this. They're drawing it up on the sideline as they go. That's something that you have to spend time in practice in order for it to be effective. You got guys motioning across the field. The timing's got to be right. I mean, it's a lot of the same players that are out there, but still, that's not easy to just do that. So that's something that they've practiced, and I think going forward, we'll see how much they use it, if it's going to be more in desperation times or if that's something they're going to throw out there a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we, of course, again, welcome Rainbow Grill on with us. And remember, Rainbow Grill, Grandville, open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And half a sandwich and side for $9.09 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. And wet burritos are Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Rainbow Grill presents our player of the game, Easton Sadinsky. Trio of touchdowns, a lot of big runs as well. The best game of his career, I think, in a Bulldog uniform.
Yeah, for sure. At 66 rushing yards, those touchdowns, had multiple conversions on third and fourth downs, able to really get up some tough yardage. I think all around his play in the red zone and in those short yardage situations, very impressive and something the Bulldogs needed.
All right, lastly, our Car Center hit of the game. A lot of options. Daniel Wiley had a sack and a half of really good hits. Naraki wrapped up a man for a sack. And all, some great hits on Rodriguez in the backfield. But the hit of the game, and also able to stay with it Eric Stiegel took a heck of a hit on the sideline, got wrapped up by Jackson and some of his own other players as well. He got right back up afterwards. I don't know if he's going to feel it in the morning. KJ Landis almost went down as well. But at the bottom of the pile, Eric Stiegel took our hit of the game presented by Car Center.
Yeah, not very often the head coach is going to take the hit of the game, but when you got the opportunity, we got to give it to him. I think we'll have to write this down, or we probably won't forget, but next time we talk to Coach Stiegel, we're going to have to ask him about that, how long, if he was feeling sore after that one, or what the situation, the backstory on that. And I think, of course, he's always, along the sideline trying to get the best view of the action and just found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time as Steve Jackson going full speed, taking down the quarterback along the sideline, and just Coach Stiegel going head over heels on the sideline. But he definitely took some force on that one, but able to finish the game. Didn't see any side effects from it, so I think looking good.
It's part of why I never when I was at that scrimmage, I don't like sitting on the sideline because I almost got taken out like 4 times, and I'm certainly not athletic enough or big enough or strong enough to get out of the way if anything bad were to happen. So pretty impressed by that. Grandville, a good 3-score win here today. They go to 2-1 on the year. One more real quick break. We'll be back on the Centennial Securities postgame show where we'll wrap this one up, and we'll also look ahead as Grandville's got East Kentwood next week as we go home, and MGN will have video coverage for the first time this year. Finally, we'll break some of that out next week. We'll be right back. Dogs move to 2-1.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Centennial Securities postgame show. 42-20, 22-point win for the Bulldogs tonight, CT. And to wrap it up, we look ahead. So what is next in terms of MGN programming? You all know the drill at this point in time. We'll be back, should launch on Tuesday, our tailgate report for the week. I am hoping also to start our coaches or our captain's corner segment. So hopefully we'll have one of the 3 Bulldog senior captains on with us this week. We'll start working on that here to get that figured out. That'll also be an interview that will be played on the pregame show of next week's game, 6:30 from Grandville versus East Kentwood. Video broadcast. Interesting East Kentwood team. They got some talent. They're tough. They're physical, like we know. They do some different things, and it's a game where if Grandville doesn't take some lessons of what went bad in the first half today, East Kentwood can double down on that even more than what Grand Haven can in terms of some explosive playmakers and big guys up front.
Yeah, I think definitely another step in difficulty when it comes to playing teams in the OK Red. East Kentwood, I believe, last I looked, they were up 14-10 over Hudsonville tonight in the third quarter. So I think a good matchup there. We'll see what the final score is at the end of the night here. But I think 2 teams in Hudsonville and East Kentwood there that are kind of in the middle of the OK Red and could kind of be some threats when it comes to playing the Bulldogs next week. So I think another good test there.
Yeah, game on Michigan Sports Radio. That one, I'm sure most of you are already tuned into that game on Michigan Sports Radio as it is close, and that's the most interesting game in the OK Red for sure is Rockford, Caledonia. I think both controlled things, especially Rockford was beating the brakes off of Jenison at the half in that one, and they continue to look like the top team in a loaded OK Red again this year. All right, we'll see you early next week on our YouTube for the Tailgate Report. We'll see you next Friday. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. Thank you again so much for tuning in, and we'll see everyone next week.